All right, guys, we're live. The NBA draft is starting now. It's the most exciting day of the year. Let's get into it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, I'm just tweeting it out. We've started, and the pick is coming. I can't believe it. I'm actually on edge. This is insane. I am so excited. I'm going to try to live stream. We will cover the picks as they come in. This is exciting. All right, so I'm listening to the draft, and I will try to be as live and present as I can. But, man, this is fun. By the way, if you haven't already, sign up for Prize Picks. Up to $100. Just you can go to Prize Picks. They will match up to 100. I'm so excited. I can't even do the read. Anyways, go to Prize Picks. Use $100 up to $100. It's free money. Supports the channel. I would appreciate it. All right, so we're going to be covering this both watching live, and we are going to be covering it through the Twitter sphere and see who goes live. I'm honestly, my heart is beating. All right, number one, first pick is up. First pick is the San Antonio Spurs. We know who they are going to pick. Congrats to San Antonio Spurs fans. This was absolutely a home run for them. By the way, I will be covering any trades or drafts. For the Utah Jazz, they just hired a new head coach. Justin Mazzulla, he's going to become an assistant coach. He is the brother of Joe Mazzulla in Boston. So pretty interesting. Let me know. What do you think of the background, guys? What do you think? Key himself, $2 right away. My friend, thank you so much, Key. Let's get this going. All right, so my heart is beating out of my chest. How are you guys? I'm like losing it. I have no idea what's going to go on. The Jazz have been trying to trade to number 5 with Detroit. We know that Indiana has been kind of interested in moving back. Detroit may be interested in moving back. Orlando may even want to move back, although Orlando's kind of the wild card. We have not heard a lot about Orlando. That is the pick that could be anything. We've heard anything from Bilal Coulibaly, Anthony Black, so we'll see what they do. Washington apparently likes Anthony Black, but then there's competing reports. Lots of smoke screens out there. We don't know what's going to be there. Emoni Bates at 28. That would be kind of fun. He's kind of one of those guys that didn't show up, and for whatever reason, it just didn't go well. But maybe. Emoni Bates is tall, and he's a bucket getter, so he's kind of like the ultimate sixth man in a way. We're already hyped. Let's add some Mountain Dew and some anxiety. How about that? You know what? I'm going to move this over here. So we can I have like multiple things going on here. Okay, so we'll see if Shams is going to enter these. I don't know if Shams, Key himself another $2. My friend, thank you so much. Key, shout out Key. I miss my Hoops Nerd family. I'm James' 5th child. Yes. The fact you remember that I have 4. You know what, Key? You're adopted. Key is adopted into the Hoops Nerd family. You know, the initials actually work with the H at the end, if you know what I mean. Well, if you follow me, you know who I am. That's the H. All right, so they say it starts at 6. It's not starting at 6. Why am I so nervous? Maybe because I've been waiting for this day for over a year. Ever since the Jazz made their crazy trade for that got them so many picks with Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, tonight they get the one pick from Minnesota. I can't talk. But they get that pick from Minnesota, and that's what has made this so exciting. By the way, I just realized that I turned off all desktop audio, so none of you heard the intro. That's okay. Whatever. Let's see here. So ESPN is going. We might even just have our... Yeah. So what do you guys think? Who are they picking at number 1? Let me know what you think in the chat. By the way, if you want to join the chat, just join the channel, and it would support me and all the work I do, and I would appreciate it. But anyways, I'm guessing, just guessing, they're going to go with Victor Wembanyama. What are your thoughts? Do you think they'll go with that number 1? We are in the Hoops Nerd Command Center. We are by the way, I worked on this today, like 20 minutes before, and I'm really happy with it. What do you guys think of this backdrop? I like it. I think we're going with it. I think it's fun. I don't know. We're trying to up the production level of this channel. We're trying. It's a dog and pony show. Every time I do this, they change the ad here for Prize Picks, by the way. This is supposed to be basketball, and it seems to always want to go back to the stupid football one, but I am nervous. Okay, so you guys tell me, what do you want to happen? I am here are the guys that I want. Let's just get started. So we're waiting for the San Antonio Spurs to just make their pick for number 1, which is obviously Victor Wembanyama. We're watching him there. It hurts my heart. He's not going to be a Jazz uniform. He's going to be in a San Antonio Spurs uniform. Congrats. Absolute unbelievable congrats to all San Antonio Spurs fans. We all hate you now very much. We all hate you very much, Spurs fans. That's just how it goes. I have a lot of hate in my heart, but I have room for more. I have room for more hate. More hate for you, Spurs fans. Welcome to you are getting to the top of the hate list. Right now, number 1, top of the hate list, Denver Nuggets. Number 2, probably San Antonio. Guess what? You just jumped the list of the hate. All right, San Antonio's now number 2 in the hate list, but they're number 1 on the draft list, and that's why they're getting Victor Wembanyama. Back to my point, I lost my train of thought. The Utah Jazz, in my opinion, should draft one of like 3 or 4 guys. Jarris Walker is one of those guys they should be looking at. I think he has a chance to be Draymond Green type of player where he can handle the ball, elite level defense at the power forward position where he can switch on guys, creates lots of steals, defends, can protect the rim a little bit. You can have him be kind of a switchy backup center, and he can shoot the 3. Key himself, $2, my man. Grady, Jet, and Amani. Let's make it happen. I don't want Grady Dick at 9, but I'd be okay with Amani Bates at 28 just because I think why not? Why not? Also get some views on this channel, by the way. But anyways, Jarris Walker to me is who I want to see drop to the Jazz. Cam Whitmore is someone I'd like to see drop to the Utah Jazz. I'd like to see the Jazz pick. All right, here it is. Pick is in. Victor Wembanyama to the San Antonio Spurs. I can't believe they're saying the words right now. Victor Wembanyama is going to the San Antonio Spurs. What an absolute win for the San Antonio Spurs. Like I said, I hate you now, Spurs. You're number 2 on my list. Number 1 is the Denver Nuggets. 1, because they won the championship. 2, because Nikola Jokic is every national writer's favorite player. It drives me crazy. And now Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. I'm back to hating you. Back to what I used to hate Tim Duncan and the Admiral. I've got a lot of hate in my heart for you. So anyways, back to what I was talking before. We all knew it was going to happen. This is where the excitement happens. This is where it happens now. What's going to be number 2? Okay, so looks like Shams isn't tweeting him. Woo! Shams ain't tweeting him more. Shams on his own live stream. So I shouldn't have said that. Don't go to that. Stay right here. But anyways, so screw that. All right. So, Jarris Walker, Cam Whitmore is someone I'd like to see the Jazz draft. I'd like to see the Jazz go after Anthony Black. Reports are that the Utah Jazz like Anthony Black, their coaching staff. So if that report is true, and that's always what you got to do is take these things with a grain of salt, Anthony Black is someone that Will Hardy and the coaching staff likes, and new assistant coach Justin Mazzulla. But anyways, if you can, these are 3 guys that I think have all-star potential because I think they can improve on their games and get to that level. They all 3 have different athletic ability or physical tools that make them awesome. Jarris Walker, He's 6'8", 7'2" wingspan, super long. Cam Whitmore is actually smaller than I thought, and the reports are that he's dropping. And I was listening to Jake Fisher today talking about he could possibly fall to even like number 11. So we will see what happens with that. But Cam Whitmore, very possible to just fall to the Jazz at 9. And there was a report today. Danny Ainge is doing work, by the way. A report today that the Jazz don't love Cam Whitmore. So maybe people are trying to, maybe Danny's just trying to throw out everything out there so people don't know what to do, according to what the Jazz do. Jake Fisher also talked about the Jazz trying to trade up to number 5 with Detroit. Detroit is the one. Detroit and Utah are two teams where I don't think anyone is quite sure what they're going to do. There's so many things because apparently Detroit's not super big on Cam Whitmore. If you're in the camp that you want Cam Whitmore to drop, then you want Detroit to pick Jarris Walker, obviously, at 5. The other question mark is kind of Houston, but it's pretty clear. I got hairs in my mouth. Ah! There's hairs on my mic. Oh my gosh. It's a hairy mess. This is great live TV. But anyways, Houston's likely going Amen Thompson at number 4. Look at that. Victor's crying. The emotion from Victor Wembanyama. Oh my gosh, look at his brother. He looks just like him. Is that his brother? Can we get Steven Wembanyama or whatever his name is? Key himself, $2 more, man. Key, I thank you so much, my man. Whitmore, Prosper, Podemski, Miller at number 2. Let's see. Did Miller go number 2? Let's check. Oh, Shams is tweeting. You're right. The Spurs or the Charlotte Hornets are going Brandon Miller. They pass up on Scoot Henderson. Guys, I mean, Brandon Miller might turn out to be Paul George. And he even said his GOAT of all time was Paul George. You know, more props to him if that's who he thinks is the, whatever. Brandon Miller, 6'9", can light it up shooting the ball. Did not have a great tournament. In fact, scored 2 points in one of the games. I was listening to Kevin O'Connor, who mentioned that he likely had an injury during the tournament, and that's why he did not play well. So that could be a reason why Brandon Miller did not play super well in the tournament, and apparently had a good workout. And Michael Jordan was the one that had to sign off on this. So Michael Jordan, the best player of all time, I don't care what anyone says, he's going Brandon Miller, number 2. Pretty crazy. Right now, I kind of wonder. So one thing I was thinking about, and these are just, this is obvious live stream. We're just going thoughts, but I wonder if teams go into this draft having set up certain trade scenarios with other teams. And I wonder if any of those trade scenarios have now been unlocked because Brandon Miller goes number 2. Probably not. I think basically everything they've wanted to do, any sort of trade that would have happened for number 2 and 3 would have happened by now. Look at Jeremy Sohan with the purple hair. I love it. I love Jeremy Sohan, by the way. I wanted that guy on the Jazz so bad. But it took Danny Ainge to come into the Jazz to actually do things right. Anyways. Oh my gosh. That's the Spurs guy in jean shorts and Wile E. Coyote. Thank goodness for Jazz Nation. And you know what? For the first time ever, they're the embarrassing team. Anyways, Brandon Miller at 2, so obviously Scoot's going to go number 3. I don't know if there were some scenarios maybe where the Spurs would trade out of number 3. And there is a lot of buzz, like Brian Windhorst talking about it, that maybe if the Jazz, or not the Jazz, if the Portland Trailblazers drafted Scoot, then they don't see Damian Lillard on their team. So is Damian Lillard going to Miami at some point? Maybe. We shall see. But Wembantonio. All right. Well, congrats to San Antonio. I can't believe it. So anyways, Brandon Miller goes number 2. That's pretty exciting. I'm going to go just with this right here. And man. This is where the draft really began. And Brandon Miller going number 2. If if Shams is to be believed, and usually he is. The draft has begun. Are you guys... Guys, who do you think's going number 4? You know, I'm trying to see here if there's any sort of... Okay, so pick is in on TV, so let's watch the pick come in. Number 2... The Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller. All right, confirmed. Brandon Miller is going to Charlotte. When I lived in North Carolina, and they were at that time the Charlotte Bobcats, people barely knew who was on the team. Do Charlotte Hornet fans know who Brandon Miller is? Because all they ever talked about was Duke and North Carolina when I was there. I think there's like 7 Charlotte Hornet fans out there, so they're all cheering right now. Congrats to those 7 Charlotte Hornets fans that are watching this tonight. They're really excited. How many of those are from Bobcats, you know? Bobcats fans. Congrats to the Charlotte Bobcats who just... I just hate it because they got the number 2 pick and I wanted it. I would have taken Scoot Henderson. You know, Brandon Miller might turn out to be something really great because he has all the tools. He has all the looks of someone that could be just a dynamic NBA player, all-star, everything. And I would not be surprised if that happens. I just think Scoot is just like a sure thing. I think Scoot is just going to be a dominant force. He kind of looks, he looks like a mix of like prime John Wall with elements of like Chris Paul to his game. He is such a good passer. He's explosive, and I think the shooting is going to come around. But he's got that mid-range game like Chris Paul, and he's such a good passer. By the way, Adam Slater, welcome to Rookie, my man. I didn't give you the shout-out. I am sorry. We got a rookie with potential in Adam Slater. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Anyways, we'll see what happens, but it's most likely Scoot to Portland unless they do some sort of trade here that sends... you know, maybe Dame goes somewhere. Maybe, let's see here. Yes, Portland selecting Scoot Henderson. So, there it is. Scoot Henderson going to... I wonder if I can just refresh this notification screen. Here we go. Portland is selecting Scoot Henderson at number 3. So, interesting stuff. Scoot Henderson at 3. I actually... Hey, Rolly Gordon, my friend. Thank you so much. Buck99, thank you. Hello from San Diego. Go Jazz. Celebrate the first super chat from Rolly Lee. Yes, sir, man. That's what it's telling me to do, but thank you, Rolly Gordon. You are amazing for being a part of this channel. I appreciate it. I put a lot of work into this. I'm excited for this upcoming year, and I'm excited for this channel to grow. We're going to hit 10,000 this year. And then from there, I want to grow. I want this to be, obviously, I'm a Jazz fan, but I want this to be an NBA channel as well. So thank you for supporting the channel, guys. I appreciate it. But hello from San Diego. I love San Diego, by the way. San Diego has crystal blue beaches. I've been there once, and I went on a kayak ride, and I saw a sea turtle go under me. And I kayaked through some caves, and then I got on the beach, and some leopard sharks swam up to me, and I said, nope. And I got out of the water. But anyways, thank you, Rolly Gordon. Thank you so much. All right, so Scoot Henderson, it hurts my heart. If the Jazz could have just tanked to number 5, who would be joining the Jazz right now? Because remember, Portland jumped from number 5 to number 3, and the Jazz would have gotten their numbers in the lottery. You'd have Scoot Henderson on the Jazz right now. All you had to do was be worse than the Blazers, and the thing is that Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler were just too good, and no one expected Walker Kessler to be as good as he is. Like, no one. I drank the wrong one. So anyways, guys, number 4 is up. The draft really starts now. I mean, that was I think we kind of had seen all the report. Okay, here it is. Man, they are excited about, according to Woj, Charlotte is super excited about Brandon Miller. They should be. He's a great player. He'll fit with LaMelo Ball. So let's see. Key himself, $2. My man, thank you so much. Ant at 4. Asar at 5. Amen at 6. Walker at 7. Ant. What do you mean, Ant? Key himself. What do you mean, Ant? Oh, Anthony Black. Okay. That's what I bet you mean, and Key himself. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I think they're probably just deciding between Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore, but you never know. If they go Anthony Black, that would be a huge surprise. From reports, the Jazz really like Anthony Black, so I think the Jazz would be bummed because the Jazz would like him, but Anthony Black would be a point guard, and I know Houston is kind of looking for that. That's why they're thinking Amen Thompson. I gave myself the hiccups. I'm so excited, but all right, let's see here. Okay, no news yet. But anyways, so Scoot Henderson 3 to Portland. We'll see if they trade Damian Lillard. It sounds like Miami is a possibility for him. The thing with Damian Lillard is his contract's so huge, and it's hard to find a team that can even match the salary because obviously to make a trade, and most of you probably know this, you have to be within $5 million salary-wise. So you can't just trade like the number, you can't just trade like 3 picks and nothing for Damian Lillard. You have to trade players whose salary matches within $5 million of Damian Lillard's salary. And since Dame's salary is so massive, it's hard to even find a team that can do it, let alone the value they probably want. Pick is in for Portland. Scoot Henderson, number 3 to the Portland Trailblazers. He's got to be a little bummed because, I mean, it was tough though, because whether Scoot went to Charlotte or Portland, he's playing point guard with a team that already kind of has a lead guard. So LaMelo Ball in Charlotte. Portland, obviously Dame is there. I actually think Scoot can play next to Dame. I don't know why Scoot can't play next to Dame. Why not? And Scoot's going to be a better defensive player than Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons might be one of the worst defensive guards in the league. Offensively, he's awesome, but he can't defend anybody. Scoot's built like Saquon Barkley. He's built like a truck. The guy is so, I mean, you just go look at the pictures of Scoot. He's just massive, so physically he's not going to be dominated by anybody. He's not tall, so there's going to be guys that are going to shoot over him, but that's a defensive upgrade with Scoot, and then he's a much better facilitator, creator. I mean, he's going to be awesome, and he's just like such a character guy, such a hard worker. I love Scoot. I am so in on Scoot Henderson, but he's going to Portland. So congrats to Portland. They got Scoot Henderson, who was slated to go number 2 forever, somehow drops to number 3, and Portland gets him. So congrats to Portland. My gosh. TGD, I'm so excited to see how Portland fumbles everything. Yeah, possibly. But let's go Jazz. I'm hoping for some Danny Ainge magic. Let's see. Are they going to trade up, or are we just going to get lucky? Do all the smoke screens get someone to fall to Utah? I want, who else? My number 4 guy, Cam Whitmore, Jarris Walker, Anthony Black, and Bilal Coulibaly. I love Bilal Coulibaly, guys. That guy is going to be freaking awesome. He's going to be awesome. I mean, honestly, he's going to be that guy. I swear. And now you can, I'm not going to tweet this so that old takes exposed, but I think he's going to be that guy that everyone's like, how did he go 9? Or how did he go 11? There are reports that Bilal could go as high as number 6. Bilal is the same height and length as Jarris Walker, but he plays the small forward position. It's crazy. But he's athletic, explosive, and he's a better shooter than people give him credit for. When you look at the numbers, and I've seen some numbers behind the scenes that actually are pretty surprising. So we'll see what happens, but don't be surprised if it's Bilal Coulibaly at 9. And if you're choosing between Taylor Hendricks for the Jazz and Bilal Coulibaly, much rather go for Bilal Coulibaly. If you like Taylor Hendricks, go trade for John Collins. He's available from Atlanta. Go trade him the number 28 and take John Collins and help them get out of their salary hell. Utah has salary relief, by the way. Cap space. Could you imagine if the Jazz, instead of getting Taylor Hendricks, just draft John Collins and then get Bilal Coulibaly? It would be fantastic. So, all right, they're interviewing Scoot Henderson, but now it's Houston. Houston will select Amen Thompson with the number 4 pick. Holy smokes. No way. Okay, so it's Amen Thompson at number 4. Oh my gosh, this is crazy stuff. Oh, man. Oh, Chris Haynes is in the notification game. Amen Thompson, according to Chris Haynes and Shams Charania, number 4. I love Amen Thompson. I think he's incredible. Houston is saying, can I get an amen? Pretty fantastic. So, Amen Thompson is now going number 4 to the Houston Rockets. The pick for Scoot Henderson is number 3. So, Victor, Brandon Miller, Scoot, and now Amen Thompson goes 4. Pretty much chalk with what everyone said. So, now things get interesting. Really interesting. What is Detroit doing at number 5? Because this really is changing everything. The word on the Twitter and blogosphere and all the reporter street is that number 5 is not going to be Cam Whitmore, that it's possibly Jarris Walker. We know, and it's been reported like 5 times, the Jazz are trying to trade up with number 5 with Detroit. So I'm going to be refreshing here because there might be a trade coming along. Jonathan Gavoni just retweeted. It's funny. Jonathan Gavoni just retweets Woj. I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see what happens here. This is the first trade up possibility in the draft. And we had heard that there would be fireworks in this draft with trades. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. So chalk so far, as everyone expects. By the way, it's hard to trade up. It really takes a team like Detroit who says, you know what? I don't like Cam Whitmore. Jarris Walker doesn't excite me like I thought, and Detroit has got to be down bad right now. They were the worst record in the league, dropped to 5th. We don't talk about that enough. That had to be just, could you imagine being Detroit and dropping to 5th after that? Although they did get the number 1 the year before, so you don't feel that bad for Detroit. I don't feel that bad for you. Adam Slater, I'm just pumped that I get to watch the Jazz this year. Let's go Jazz. Yes, free Jazz games, by the way, on Channel 14. K-Jazz is back. We got the Delta Center back. We got K-Jazz back. We got purple jerseys back. Can we just bring a trip to the finals back? Wouldn't that be nice? Man, every time I refresh this thing, it scares me. Oh, man. So, Amen is 4. It's crazy. Amen at number 4. We're waiting for the number 5 for Detroit. We'll see as soon as they kind of announce things on ESPN. I wonder if there's like a timetable because they have to announce it on here. But right now, if there's a trade, they're talking right now. Uh-oh! Asar Thompson's on the phone, baby. Or no, is that Amen and the White? They're twins, so I don't know. But Amen Thompson just smiled. Is that Amen or Asar? I don't know which one's in the white, so we're going to find out because one of them was on the phone and just smiled. We might have just caught him getting the phone call for number 4 for Houston. That's pretty fun. So, anyways, I like Amen Thompson to Houston just because I love Amen Thompson. I just think he's the next best player available, and I think he's going to be awesome. I hope they have Asar go up to shake hands for Amen, TGD. Maybe. I love Amen and Asar. I think they're so good. I think their athleticism is through the roof. I think Asar is a possibility for Utah at 9, but I just have a hard time. I think he's going 6 to Orlando. That's my guess. I just think they're going to go best player available and just take Asar. But I would love to see Asar go to the Jazz. All right, here's the pick for Houston We already know that it's going to be Amen Thompson. But just to confirm, yes, Amen Thompson. Oh, he's in the white. So that was Amen getting the call. He knew it was coming. Asar is in the dark suit. I'm excited to see what happens with Asar. So Amen Thompson goes number 4. Do we have any notifications? No. Let's just get this going because this is the one that's scaring me. Okay, so anything? No. Right now, what's going on, Woj? Come on, Woj, do your job. Come on, Shams. Waiting for Shams and waiting for Woj to tweet these things. I sometimes wonder if have you ever thought about Shams and Woj being kind of like Shakespeare, where you're not sure if it wasn't like a team of people instead of just one guy, with like Shams doing a live show, but also doing the draft stuff? I sometimes wonder, I want to like talk to I wonder if I could go talk to Jake Fisher. I might DM him sometime and see if he could come on the channel. That would be cool. But just find out, like, what's that world like? Is it just a tweet? I wonder if it's literally like a text group where it's just like an agent text group and they're just like, this is what's going on. So let's see. I'm going to just keep refreshing this here. I want to see what happens. I'm like dying, actually. Are the Jazz trading up to number 5? Because I know the Jazz have been talking. This is where the trade may happen. This one right here. This is the report. Jazz have talked to Detroit, and I'm sure they've talked to Orlando, but it doesn't sound like that had any sort of ground. And then 7 with Indiana. Indiana is interested in winning now. I think that if you're a Jazz fan and you're hoping someone drops, what you want to happen right now is Jarris Walker going to Detroit, because Jarris Walker, I just doubt, even if Detroit doesn't pick him, he's not dropping to the Jazz. Now, why do I say Jarris Walker? Well, if Jarris Walker goes to Detroit at 5, that puts Cam Whitmore at 6 with Orlando. But guess what? Orlando might take Asar Thompson at that point, likely picking Asar Thompson. I would be surprised if they didn't. My guess is if Jarris Walker goes 5, then Asar Thompson probably goes 6. And then 7, guess what? And even today, Jake Fisher talked about it. The Indiana Pacers are leaning power forward, and I think they like Taylor Hendricks. So guess what? They'll probably pick Taylor Hendricks. What does that mean? Well, at 7, if that's Taylor Hendricks, that means who's on the board? Anthony Black and Cam Whitmore. And then at that point, Utah has a pick between Anthony Black and Cam Whitmore. Utah likes Anthony Black. Maybe that's why Utah's been putting out all this news that they want to trade up for Anthony Black, so that maybe they ensure that Washington takes him, because then maybe Washington takes Anthony Black at 8, and Utah at that point could possibly get Cam Whitmore at 9. So that is the route to the Jazz getting someone they did not expect. You really want them to pick Jarris Walker at 5 for Detroit if the Jazz don't trade up. Now, the report is Utah's trying to trade up. Do the Jazz trade up? Okay, uh-oh. Let's see here. Whoa! Detroit is picking Asar Thompson at 5. Whoa! There's a surprise. Asar Thompson at 5. Wow! Thompson twins go 4 or 5. Wow, I like that for Detroit. I mean, that's probably the pick I make. I love the Thompson twins. Asar is looking maybe like a little bit of a better shooter. Amen's more of an athlete and more of a point guard, but people are saying Asar can be a point guard too, so it's like double point guards. Wow. Wow, that's a surprise. And Jerry, shout out Jake Fisher getting that in before Shams, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Jake. But anyways, Asar Thompson at 5, baby. Okay, Amen Thompson, such an incredible athlete. Number 4 for Houston. Such an incredible athlete. He's really smart. I mean, he is going to be such a problem for people guarding because he's so lightning fast. It's craziness. And then you combine that with his really just nice basketball IQ, great passer, and he's tall, so he sees everything. And he's an above-the-rim athlete, so he's working on his shooting. That's the question. If Amen Thompson becomes an even league average shooter, you've got yourself something crazy, because that athleticism is like Vince Carter level. It's fantastic. How much did you miss this last year, James? So much. Built Ford Tough, Alexander Tufts. I missed it so much, it hurt my heart. And guess what? It's going to suck next year. But here's my guess. The Jazz trade into the draft next year. It's a sucky draft. And so that means the Jazz might trade into the draft, because I think there's going to be teams that are like, I hate this player. There's nothing here I like. And Utah will be like, we'll take that. Anyways, 2025 is going to be nuts. Things go crazy for Utah starting in 2025. Obviously, Utah did not trade up with Detroit. They wanted Asar. Utah wanted Asar. That was the guy, because that was the report. Utah wanted to trade with Detroit. Why? Asar Thompson. Son of a gun! Ah! That was the guy. That was the one. That's what the smoke screens were for. So here's the pick. It picks in. Detroit is picking. Congrats to Asar Thompson. Those guys are amazing. Robert Hall of Fame. Better said, in the house, Robert Hall, my man. Anyways, Asar Thompson at 5 is interesting. It changes everything. So I don't know if this is good for the Jazz, to be honest, because that means Jarris Walker, Taylor Hendricks on the board. I was kind of hoping Detroit picked Jarris Walker because I don't know. But guess what? You know what? This means that this means Orlando might pick. So this is where it gets interesting. We got 3 notifications. Jonathan Gone, I don't care. Okay, never mind. Okay, so, man, people scaring me so bad. So I've got my notifications things up here. Okay. Who's getting crazy? Who's nervous? I'm nervous. Sham saying Levine to the Knicks. What's going on? Oh, Levine, is that true? Is that what he's saying on the live stream, TGD? Wow, is that for reals? Oh my gosh. Levine to the Knicks? Oh, baby. Oh, that might be a fake TGD. I don't know, because I'm not seeing it. I think he would have reported that. I'm not seeing that report, so I don't think so, but there's been rumblings about Levine. We'll see. Anyways, 5, Asar Thompson. Number 6, I have no idea what's going to happen here because we have now gone non-chalk. Non-chalk finally. So number 5 is Asar. That breaks the thing. Are the Jazz making calls right now? You could bet your booty the Jazz are making calls right now. It's in! Hey! Orlando is selecting Anthony Black at number 6. The drop for Whitmore is real. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is good for the Jazz. I mean, the Jazz liked Anthony Black. So Anthony Black goes number 6. Get ready for Bilal, guys. Get ready for Bilal Coulibaly at number 9. I hope so. Because unless Jarris Walker falls, oh my gosh, Orlando takes Anthony Black. I love it. Although the thing is, that's an interesting pick because, you know, you've got Paolo Banchero, you've got Franz Wagner, and now you've got Anthony Black. That is a big team. Anthony Black's a demon on defense, and we all know what I like. I don't know about you, but I like demons on defense. I like a demon on the floor. I like a bulldog on the floor. And that's what Anthony Black is. And a lot of people are saying he's the best perimeter defender in the draft. Wow. Wow. All right. So there we go. Oh my gosh. This is making me sick. Literally, I'm getting stuffed nose. I'm sick to my soul. I thought Anthony Black was going to the Jazz. He is not. No. Anthony Black will be Orlando selection at number 6, according to a league source. Jake Fisher jumping in the game, baby. Spurs are one of the teams. Okay, so this is an interesting note. Victor Wembanyama will be going to Sacramento. I thought he was possibly going to go to, Utah Jazz Summer League. That would have been a lot of fun. That's a bummer that he's not. But he will be going to Sacramento. What a bummer. What a bummer. All right, Robert Hall, 28 months. Robert, you have supported the channel. Robert is one of the OGs, original subscribers, members. Unbelievable, Robert Hall. I appreciate it. Friend of my brother-in-law. Seems like maybe there was a real smokescreen. Maybe they spooked the Magic into taking Anthony Black. I don't know. Okay, so Anthony Black is gone. So who's on the board now? Cam Whitmore's on the board. Jarris Walker's on the board. Taylor Hendricks on the board. Let's hope. I mean, now Indiana has a lot of choices. Do they pick? Okay. Oh my gosh. They're announcing. Select Anthony Black. Look at that. I was kind of I thought he'd have been fun on the Jazz, but obviously not going to Utah. Man, oh man. Uh-oh. I really, really hope the Pacers select Taylor Hendricks. Right now, I'm going to lose my mind because I don't want Taylor Hendricks. I don't want Taylor Hendricks. Everyone keeps mocking Taylor Hendricks to the Jazz. I don't want him. Come on, pick him. Pick him, Indiana. Pick him. You want that win now guy. You want, John Collins. That's who he is. Take him. I don't want him. I hope they pass on. I hope to high heaven that Taylor Hendricks is going to the end of Indiana Pacers. That's what I'm thinking, because then that means one of Jarris Walker, Cam Whitmore goes to Utah. I mean, I don't mind Taylor Hendricks. I'm not going to jump off a bridge. It's just, there's no upside there. Everything with Taylor Hendricks is that it's based off of him getting the ball. I would rather get a guy that can do something with the ball in his hands. That's why I like Jarris Walker. That's why I like Cam Whitmore. And Cam Whitmore's dropping. I think Cam Whitmore's going to the Jazz. This is crazy. It's crazy. Although, who knows? Washington may go with Cam Whitmore and go with the upside pick because Washington's now doing the right. Oh, no. Is it in? Indiana, is it in? Whoa! Whoa! Indiana selecting Bilal Coulibaly at 7. No! Oh, I thought he was going number 9 to the Jazz. No! No! Wow! Bilal Coulibaly. I wanted him for the Jazz, guys. He was the steal. He was the steal. And then Indiana just goes in and takes him. Oh, I would have loved Coulibaly, DW. I would have loved Coulibaly. Wow! This means the Jazz are getting Jarris Walker or Cam Whitmore. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm tweeting it because it's crazy. Wow, Cam Whitmore is legitimately possible for Utah at 9. The Jazz do not make a trade. I thought the Jazz would make a trade. Wow. Wow, Jake Fisher confirming it. Shams Charania, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, does Bilal Coulibaly go to Indiana? Oh my gosh. I wanted Bilal, guys. Hey, Robert Hall, I'm saying it. It's live, okay? Robert Hall, tell your sister-in-law this is live, okay? It's live. This is happening right now. I wanted Bilal. I wanted Bilal. No. No, I wanted you with all my heart. No. I was hoping that he would go into the 10 to 15 range and the Jazz would trade up. It does not happen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm sorry. If you're on Twitter, I can't respond. I don't know. I can't do like 7 things. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe Bilal's going 7. That's crazy. But you know what? It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I don't care what anyone says. People who tell you Bilal Coulibaly is not a good pick are not people you should listen to. Because guess what? Half these guys aren't going to pan out. Who is and who isn't going to pan out, we don't know. But what you do know is you want to pick the guy that has a chance to be something special. So that's why you go for Bilal. Bilal Coulibaly, I got to see him go up. He's my man crush. Dang it. No way. Oh, I wanted him on the Jazz so bad, guys. Congrats to Indiana. That is a smart pick. He's a guy that could become so special. At worst, he's like an OG Anunoby. His defense is special. It's special stuff. And then he's a better shooter. I have some friends with some access to things that they've showed me he's a better shooter than you think. I know he was open because Victor Wembanyama was taking a lot of the attention on the floor, obviously. But, man, he knocks down shots better than you'd think. And Bilal Coulibaly, as long as Khabib blocks shots, he's going to be so good. Sucks so bad. Congrats to Indiana. You did the right thing and got worse, and you get blessed with Bilal Coulibaly. Now, he's an insane upside pick. He's also a bust potential guy, but that's okay. Half these guys could bust anyway. Why are we so sure that, like, Thompson twins are the same way? Thompson twins could be total bust, and they could be total superstars. You never know. That's what happens. So it's the guys that put in the work. It's the guys that get in the lab, as they say, and that just improve their skill level. And one thing that's nice about Bilal, man, whoever did that outline of Bilal sucks. But anyways, work on your graphics, ESPN. Are you kidding me? But anyways, okay, I gotta stop. It's the guys who get better, okay? Oh my gosh, this is what tells us who the Jazz are gonna get. I can't handle it. Oh my gosh, dude. No! Okay, Pacers plan to select Houston forward Jarris Walker. Holy smokes. Congrats. Let's see. The Pacers are taking... Why is Jake saying Houston? It's throwing me off because I'm thinking Rockets. Jarris Walker, number 8. The Jazz can draft Cam Whitmore. Oh my gosh. A lot of people had Cam Whitmore top 5. And now he drops to the Jazz at 9. Now, some of that's medical. Some of that's that he didn't have good. Is Danny Ainge in his lair, grinning ear to ear like the Grinch of the NBA? The NBA Grinch, is he laughing? Is this what he wanted? Or is Cam Whitmore high bust potential? Are people worried he'll be a bust? Sometimes guys drop because they're a bust. Sometimes guys drop for no reason. Like DeJounte Murray dropped because of background stuff, and he turned into a very good NBA player, all-star caliber. I think the Jazz should take Cam Whitmore. I wonder if the Jazz don't like him. There was some report out there, but it could have been a smokescreen for Danny Ainge. They don't like Cam Whitmore is on the board. I can't believe this. I wonder what the Jazz are doing. Do they trade back? Do they just make the pick? Jarris Walker from 3. Why is... Whoa! The Pacers are trading Bilal Coulibaly to the Wizards. The Pacers are targeting Jarris Walker with the number 8 pick. So, the Pacers and... Wow! Bilal's going to... The Pacers are trading Bilal Coulibaly to the Wizards. The Pacers are targeting... Wow. Wow. So actually Bilal goes number 8 to Indiana. And now, yes, 7 is Pacers getting Jarris Walker. So Jarris Walker is actually the number 7 pick. Bilal Coulibaly actually goes to the Wizards. Wow. So, yeah, the Wizards wanted Bilal Coulibaly. They're trying to tank next year. Bilal Coulibaly is perfect for a team like that who wants to improve. Wow. Oh, this is blowing my mind. I'm like scared and nervous. And Cam Whitmore on the board for Utah. They had Cam Whitmore fall. No way. Nay. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Someone down here saying don't get cute. I agree. Get Cam Whitmore. Just do it. You know what? You're not going to be sad about Cam Whitmore. All the potential in the world. And here's the thing. If you're the Utah Jazz, you've got a coaching staff you can believe in. So, Indiana, I think, has a good coaching staff. Washington, we'll see what they're doing. I love Washington's new front office. They're doing great things. And now get Bilal Coulibaly, someone they can, develop. Let him play. Lose some games. Let him develop. That's a perfect pick for Washington. Well, this thing is yeah, wait, I gotta get this straight. The Pacers are trading Bilal Coulibaly to the Wizards. Yes, so Bilal will go to the Wizards. They now have Bilal. They will play. And Jarris Walker goes to the Pacers. Let's see. And then Jarris Walker, yes, Jarris Walker will be with the Pacers, which makes sense. They're trying to win now. So that makes sense with what both teams are trying to do. Washington's trying to lose. They take Bilal Coulibaly, who has out of this world potential, and the Pacers want to win now. And Jarris Walker is definitely a player that helps you win now with what he does. There's a little bit of a ceiling there for Jarris Walker. He's not explosive athlete, but he's definitely quick. Definitely he's got that twitch on defense, so he can switch, do a lot of different things. Really nice. All right, let's see here. Oh my gosh, the Jazz are on the board. Oh my gosh. I'm all sick now from this. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh, what is it going to be? The Jazz are on the board. I'm so nervous, guys. Cam Whitmore on the board. I can't believe it. What do you guys think? Cam Whitmore. Is it Cam Whitmore, or did the Jazz make some sort of surprise move? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm losing my mind. I can't hardly. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see here. Wow, the Jazz are on the board. This is it. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to die in front of you. No, don't let that happen on a live stream. Danny, don't let it happen, okay? I can't no, not on this channel. The Jazz select Taylor Hendricks at number 9. Maybe he'll be good. All right, well, Taylor Hendricks going to the Jazz. Wow. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bummed. I wanted Cam Whitmore, but maybe, you know what? I will say this about Cam Whitmore. He's a shooting guard. He's smaller than you think. Taylor Hendricks is both. I wanted Bilal over Taylor, but he went number 7. Son of a gun. Taylor Hendricks to the Jazz. So, elite shooter, high-level defender. He does a little bit of everything. He's like John Collins, but better. I figure you could just trade for John Collins. But the Jazz get Taylor Hendricks, who will be a nice player for them. But Jarris Walker's wearing a Washington Wizards hat, but he's going to Indiana. Man, Cam Whitmore does not, he's dropping like a rock in the ocean here. Holy smokes. Let's just hope he goes to 16, right? Let's just go. He goes to I can't. All of that pain for Taylor Hendricks. All of that pain for Taylor Hendricks. All right, well, let's just, you know what? It's not a bad pick. I think it's, I don't hate the pick. I feel like it's a safe pick. I think he will do well for the Jazz. I kind of was hoping for an upside pick, but Taylor Hendricks, maybe he will show us more. He apparently worked out. I'm spitting. I can't. Of course they go to break on the Jazz, by the way. ESPN's going to commercial on the Jazz. Screw you, ESPN. Screw you. And of course they go to. I can't believe they go to break on the Jazz. You stupid Jew. Oh my gosh. You stupid NBA. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they go to break on the Jazz. You stupid sons of guns. You stupid. You liars. You Joe, my gosh, Jazz. I can't believe you would stupid Jazz like that. I can't believe you would treat the Jazz like that. Are you kidding me? The first time they go to break is on the Jazz. Anyways, Taylor Hendricks going to the Jazz. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, what do you think in the chat? What do you think of Taylor Hendricks? He's going to shoot 40% from three. He's going to do well defensively. Apparently, he can switch defensively and do a lot of different things. I can't believe they do the Jazz like that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No Kobe Buffkin. Someone's mentioning Kobe Buffkin. We'll see. We'll see. So, Taylor Hendricks at number 9 for the Jazz. Do they trade back? You know, we got the news of the trade back with Bilal and, what's his name? Bilal and Jarris Walker. The Jazz go with Taylor Hendricks. Is that true, Key? They go to pick every 10th pick every year? Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe it's because it's the Jazz and they think no one's watching. All right, we got more notifications. Let's see here. Tate and I are, let's see. This is crazy. Utah is selecting Taylor Hendricks from Shams too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. So they go to break. I can't believe it. 40% three-point, plays power forward. He will defend really well. It helps the Jazz defense. The Jazz need some sort of guard help, some sort of primary playmaker. So I wonder if Utah's trying to trade up at this point. And guys, if the Jazz do trade up, I'm going to have to go off because I'm going to have to write it, or I can just write it with you guys if you want to write it with me. The news piece. Right now, the team at SLC Dunk is writing that. So Tony Jones is saying this comes down to best player available. We got screwed, guys. Nothing happens. I mean, I guess it's your choice if Cam Whitmore is a better player than Taylor Hendricks, but I think Taylor Hendricks will be nice. I don't think he's going to be like an all-star or superstar or anything like that, but I do think he's a starting level guard. And so this comes down to best player available. Hendricks is a terrific defender who's a good shooter, can play the 4 or a little 5, long and athletic, terrific rim protector. He'll fit well with Walker Kessler and Larry Markkinen. Yes. So anyways, the Jazz are just a team that can shoot the ball and defend with Markkinen, Hendricks, Kessler going to the Jazz. Taylor Hendricks. All right, I'm looking at your face, Taylor Hendricks. What's your face right now? Going to the Utah Jazz at number 9. He's going to the Jazz. I think he's the first player from UCF to ever get drafted in the first round. So, congrats to Taylor Hendricks. Oh, that's really tough. I like it. I wouldn't boo the pick, but at the same time, I was kind of wondering if Cam Whitmore. So, anyways, Utah Jazz get Taylor Hendricks. Now, the Jazz have another pick at 16. We'll see what happens. But now number 10 is on the board. It's the Dallas Mavericks. Many, many reports they want to trade back. Is Utah trying to trade to number 10? Can they get some players to Dallas for number 10? We shall see. Okay, pick is in for number. Dallas is trading. Oklahoma City is acquiring Cason Wallace from Dallas. Cason Wallace goes number 10. So all the different changes, and Cason Wallace still goes top 10. He's going to Oklahoma City, who is trading to number 10 with Dallas. Wow. Dallas is trading Davis Bertans and Casey Wallace at number 10 to OKC. So OKC is taking on Davis Bertans, and they get Casey Wallace. I would have liked Casey Wallace on the Jazz. Dang. Wow. I just don't know if the Jazz had the assets to get to number 10 with Dallas, which sucks, but dang, I love Casey Wallace. So him going, so it's the 10 pick for Dallas, but Dallas is trading the number 10 to OKC. And they get Casey Wallace, who I think is going to be awesome. The Mavericks are taking from Woj. The Mavericks are trading number 10 and Davis Bertans the Thunder for number 10. Sources tell ESPN. Dallas is trading Davis Bertans. Okay, so that's it. OKC sends number 12 and trade player exception to Dallas. Oh, so you can do I didn't think of that. The Jazz do have some trade exceptions, so they could use that to make a trade. I would have liked Kaysen too. Jazz miss on Black and Kaysen. Yeah, it sucks. Anthony Black was nice, but no one wanted 9 and 16 from the Jazz. So, all right, here's what I'm listening to Taylor Hendricks now coming to the Jazz. Taylor Hendricks helping out his mom to put the mic. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to be happy with what the Jazz do. Taylor Hendricks is now on the Jazz. So, Taylor Hendricks, guys, I'm excited. Good. You know what? I'm going to be happy with it. It's the pick that apparently they wanted. They have him over Casey Wallace. They have him over Cam Whitmore. And so, Taylor Hendricks is the pick. Wow. And number 10, Casey Wallace before Cam. This might be a meteoric drop. Maybe the Jazz just take Cam Whitmore at 16. Who knows? Maybe he will drop, but Dallas is now picking at 12. We'll see 11. I can't remember who's at 11. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see the draft board here. So we're going to pull this up. 11 is Orlando. What does Orlando do? Do they get Cam Whitmore at 11 and Anthony Black? Holy smokes. Although Cam Whitmore, there's questions about his shooting. Do they get two questionable shooters again for Orlando? The Jazz. Oh my gosh. Anyways, trust in Danny Ainge, says TGD. I will. Number 9, Taylor Hendricks. He's going to be really nice. And guess what? He's going to get shots. Can he move the ball in the Jazz offense? I think he can do a little bit of that. He's not a ball handler. So, what made Utah interesting last year was how many ball handlers they had on the floor, guys that can rebound and go. The Jazz, hopefully Taylor Hendricks, I'm not quite sure. Let's just look at Taylor Hendricks' stats. I'm just curious about the rebounding because that's one thing that could really help the Jazz is just a more rebounding help. Taylor Hendricks in college. Let's look at the stats. Just ESPN making everything hard for everyone. Good grief. ESPN is the worst website in the NBA. Are you serious? I swear. They are bad at everything. I don't know, but they are. So here are the stats from college for Taylor Hendricks. And this is obviously college. Things change when you're being guarded by Marcus Smart. But field goal percentage, 47% from the field, 39% from 3. He averaged 7 rebounds per game. It makes you want to see what were his minutes per game? Let's see here. So 34 minutes per game, 7 rebounds. I'd like to see that a little bigger, but it's a slower game in college with the longer 34-second shot clock. So that makes that interesting. That's all it took. So the Utah did not want to pick Jarris or Bilal because my guess is they could have given more. unless they didn't want to trade with Danny. Case and Wallace going number 10. I love Case and Wallace. That hurts my heart because I love me some Case and Wallace. Okay, so we're going to see here what Orlando does at 11. It's getting a little slow. Are they trying to trade? Maybe. I'm curious what happens here at 11. Dallas moves back to 12. Maybe they make another move. Who knows? Oh, man. So Taylor Hendricks to the Jazz. So, Orlando's on the board. What do you guys think with Orlando? What do you think Orlando does? Let's see. So, all right. Notifications are in. Let's see. The phone is buzzing. What's going on? Number 11. What's going to go on? Oh, guys, I'm nervous. I'm curious who's the second guy on the Jazz. So Taylor Hendricks is going to help right away. He's going to start right away. That's one thing that's nice about Taylor Hendricks. Unless he's not very good, unless he's an absolute bust. Ezekiel Rice-Seabay, man from down under. I would have liked Black, but Hendricks is not a bad fallback. Exciting times. Andrew Streeter, Kevin O'Connor has Hendricks as his favorite prospect in the draft. I generally trust his analysis. I'm very optimistic. Thank you, Andrew Streeter. $4.99, man. Thank you so much. I think that he's going to be a starting player for 10 to 15 years in the NBA. I think he's just really good. I don't know if he has all-star upside. I could be wrong. Maybe he turns into something incredible for Utah. But we shall see. Now, Kevin O'Connor had let's see, who did he have as his favorite players? He loved Killian Hayes. He had number 1 on his board with Detroit that one year. So we'll see. I hope he's right on this one. But Taylor Hendricks will shoot the lights out. He is big. He can protect the rim. He'll be a good... I mean, the Jazz front court is pretty darn impressive. Really big. Lowry, Hendricks, Kessler is big. Big, big, big. I have to say, so OKC gets Case and Wallace. Man, that team, Case and Wallace, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're getting Chet Holmgren. That team is scary, by the way. OKC is scary. Dallas moves back. We'll see what they get for that pick. No one's trading with Lowry. All right, let's see here. Orlando selecting Jet Howard at number 11. Jet Howard. Jet Howard. Jet Howard at 11 for Orlando. Wow. Wow. I'm getting cold. My basement is cold. Mrs. Hoopsner likes it cold. And I have my blankie. I'm cold. I got socks on. I'm still cold. But not as cold as that pick. Jet Howard. Woo! That's a good pick for the Jazz because Jet Howard at 11 means someone else I actually like is going to fall to Utah. Now, I liked Case and Wallace, but guess what? Kobe Buffkin's still on the board. Hoochafino's still on the board. Keontae George is on the board. Let's go to our board. Orlando Magic on the board. And then Oklahoma City Thunder have traded up to 10. So Dallas is up at 12. Does Dallas trade back again? Dallas has got to be ecstatic because Jet Howard at 11? Are you kidding me? That's the first kind of head scratcher of the night, I'll be honest. Jet Howard at 9. I mean, there are things that happen that are interesting. Probably the biggest surprise is Cam Whitmore's not. I mean, Cam Whitmore is on there at 12. Dallas is going to be able to trade back, go to 12 and get Cam Whitmore. Are you kidding me? Mark Cuban right now is just losing his mind. I bet you at 12, I bet Dallas Mavericks are going for Cam Whitmore. If they don't, I'll be shocked. But Hood Schifino, I love Hood Schifino. He's big. DWCB, Jazz will go for a PG. Hood Schifino, perhaps. I like JHS. I like Hood Schifino. Oh, my gosh. There it is. The pick is in. Select. Jet Howard, son of Jawan Howard, by the way. Coach's son. Is Jawan Howard in the Hall of Fame? I don't think he is, but he was one of the, famous, player for a long time. Played for his dad at Michigan. Jet Howard. I don't know. There's so many guards in this draft at this point that Jet Howard going 11. Wow. So I wonder if Utah tries to trade to get to like 12 and get Cam Whitmore. Do you trade up now 16 to get to 12? But anyways, oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So big surprise. Jet Howard to 11. Now we're on the board waiting. Now we'll see what they do. Okay. Shams just tweeted. Dallas is selecting Derek Lively. That report was out there. That proved to be true. Jake Fisher, guys, go follow Jake Fisher on Twitter. You should be. Mrs. Hoops Nerd's walking by. I'm waving to her. But anyways, Jet Howard at 11. Derek Lively at 12. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is so good for Utah. Oh my gosh. I'm going to our favorite place, tankathon.com. Let's just have their mock-up so I can see who's on the board. Look at this. So this means Cam Whitmore was 6 on their board, is still on the board at 13. Grady Dick is on the board, so he's starting to drop. If it's Grady Dick at 16, are you kidding me? Grady Dick's still there. Let's see who's on the board still. Derek Lively. Wow, they had him at 10. Shout out Tankathon, who had Derek Lively at 10. He goes 12. Kobe Buffkin is on the board. Go get Kobe Buffkin. Go get Kobe Buffkin. Go get Kobe Buffkin, baby. Go get Kobe Buffkin. Oh, guys, if I'm picking between JHS and Kobe Buffkin, I'm taking Kobe Buffkin. I would be happy with JHS, but I would like Kobe Buffkin. Kobe, Kobe, Kobe. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe this. Kobe Buffkin's on the board. Jay and the Hood Schifino's on the board. Keontae George is on the board. The report was the Jazz like Keontae George. So he's likely there at 16. Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George. One thing I think about, Keontae George kind of reminds me a little of Donovan Mitchell. There's a little Donovan Mitchell to his 3-level scoring. He's also like Donovan Mitchell in the fact that there isn't a shot he doesn't love. But he can also score it. So we'll see what happens. All right, so notifications are in. We are now at 13. Although I think 12 is Derek Lively is 12. I lose track of who we're at. So Jet Howard at 11 is crazy. There's Juwan Howard. His dad is there with him. That's crazy. I can't believe Jet Howard went 11. Wow. Anyways, Derek Lively at 12 is surprising, but there were reports, and those reports turned out to be true. Oh, that's right. Someone else said Whitmore's on the board. It's pick 13. Cam Whitmore's on the board. Get Cam. Get Cam Whitmore. Could you imagine if they got Taylor Hendricks and Cam Whitmore? That would be so nice. Cam. Yeah, you're right. DW, Cam, JHS, Whitmore, Dick, still available. I don't want Grady Dick. Let's hope Grady Dick goes in one of these spots so that Cam Whitmore falls again. Okay, so Key himself. FYI, Keontae is my full name. Bates at 28. Go Audrey. Shout out to Audrey. Okay, Audrey is a wonderful dog, and I love Audrey very much. She makes me so mad. She makes me so mad. Audrey's so frustrating sometimes. Did you know she pulled a Little Caesars pizza off the oven like a year ago? She pulled a Little Caesars pizza off the oven, ate the whole thing when no one was around. That sneaky dog. That sneaky dog. I was so mad. She also needs to stop peeing all over the yard. So I guess I don't know where else she's going to pee, but I have so many little splotches in my backyard. Shout out Audrey. She's a good dog. She also loves her walks. She loves her walks. Audrey is like a sled dog too, by the way. That dog, she's so fast. It's crazy. And she's strong as could be. She is a 50-50 lab poodle. So she's a labradoodle technically. She's more like a Walmart Great Value labradoodle because she's 50-50. She is like so fast. It's crazy. She is strong as unbelievable. So sometimes she's so strong. Anyways, where are we at? I don't even know what's going on. Where are we at? What's going on? All right, let's go back. Yes, who's going to make the dick pic? Who's going to make the dick pic? Grady Dick. In other words, the dick pic for Grady Dick. Let's see. I don't want a dick pic tonight, guys. I don't want a dick pic tonight. Please. I don't want that. Okay, we're at 13. Who's at 13? 13 is Toronto. Toronto has so many choices they probably did not expect. I bet Toronto takes Cam Whitmore. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's going to go on here? Let's see. Let's retweet. Let's find out. Let's see. Oh man. Right now, Toronto, I can't remember the GM's name. Masai Ujiri and Danny Ainge. That's like two Sith Lords fighting right now. Right now, it's like Palpatine versus Darth Maul. And they're like, or Palpatine versus Darth Vader. And like both of them are like using their force electric shooting ability, whatever that's called. And they're like, they hate each other so much. But I bet they're talking on the phone right now using their Jedi Sith. Wait, no, Jedis can't be Sith. Sith powers against each other. They hate each other. Not as much as Danny Ainge hates Pat Riley. Those two hate each other. Like a lot. But anyways, Sith powers going on right now with Masai Ujiri and Danny Ainge. Let's see who wins this Sith battle. Toronto could use some shooting. And Toronto can use a guard. Fred VanVleet is looking for money. And so we'll see what happens. Notification is in. Oh my gosh. Is this it? No, not yet. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. I would love Cam Whitmore on the Jazz. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I love Cason Wallace. Yeah. I just think Cason Wallace is cool. Like, I love his hair. I think he's just cool. By the way, Cason Wallace is like that guy. So on my AAU team, whatever you want to call it, my comp league team that I coach, we had this one kid, Sebastian. He averaged 10 steals per game. Sebastian was a freaking monster. He was like, I love you, Sebastian. 10 steals per game. He didn't care. He was like, I'm taking that ball out of your hands. And I'm going to go score the other way. And I don't care if your fourth grade son is going to cry. Sebastian's taking the ball. And he did it every night. And I love Sebastian for it. He was wild offensively, but defensively he was crazy. Cason Wallace is Sebastian. He is crazy that way. Okay, so 12th pick is in. Derek Lively. And that is going to Dallas. So OKC made the trade for Cason Wallace. Derek Lively's going to Dallas. I think that's actually a great pick. I think Derek Lively next to Luka Doncic is fantastic. They need to do a better job building their team. But Derek Lively, apparently they're trying to re-sign Kyrie Irving, who, by the way, is still incredibly skilled, incredibly talented. I know that there's a lot of stuff that goes on with having Kyrie Irving, and the stuff with anti-Semitism stuff is awful, all of that. But he's also an incredibly talented basketball player. So we're not going to get political tonight either, guys. So let's not go there. But anyways, anti-Semitism, really bad. That was really weird. But on the floor, he's a good player. So we'll see. Let's go and see if the pick is in for 13. This is for Toronto. Let's see. Okay, we got to... Oh my gosh, it could be... Do the Jazz trade with Toronto? It's not coming in, so Toronto's doing something. Toronto's doing something, because usually we have it by now. Something's going on. But I do like that for Dallas. I think he's a nice big man, and I would rather have Derek Lively than Grady Dick. He's the best big man after Wembanyama, so that's the second center, basically, after Wembanyama. By the way, I don't know if Victor Wembanyama is a center. I think Victor Wembanyama is a small forward. That's what's crazy about Wembanyama, is he's a 7'5" small forward. He's a 3'4", in my opinion. But he can play center, too. He's the craziest player we're going to see in a long time. Wembanyama is insane. All right, let's see what they're going to say here. We're trying to see what 13 is going to be. Because Derek Lively at going to Dallas, and OKC gets Cason Wallace. That's such a nice pick for OKC. It's just such a smart pick, too. Cason Wallace is like a sure thing. There's a few guys in this draft that are sure thing that they'll be good NBA players. Obviously, Wembanyama. I think Scoot Henderson is a sure thing. Cason Wallace is a sure thing to be a good NBA player. I don't know if he's an all-star, but I think he is most likely a starting NBA player for 15 years. He's just that kind of player. And he's going to shoot 40% from three, by the way. Let's see. Let's see. We're not getting... Toronto's doing something. Toronto is doing something at 13. There's so many guys on the board here. So, who's on the board? Jordan Hawkins on the board. Grady Dick's on the board. Kobe Buffkin's on the board. Cam Whitmore, biggest drop in the draft, is on the board. Did we mention Grady Dick? Grady Dick. Let's see. Who's still on here? So, a lot of this has gone chalk, actually. Cason Wallace off the board. So, Grady Dick, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Keontae George. And we mentioned Cam Whitmore. I can't believe Jet Howard went so high. Nick Smith Jr. is on the board. I can't believe it. I bet they're going... I don't know. Do they go with Grady Dick and just get like a for sure shooter? I don't know. Man, my feet are so cold. Mrs. Hoops Nerd likes it cold, man. It's so cold. I might need to grab my electric blanket and warm my feet up. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, what's going on? We're not getting the pick. At least they're not announcing it. Toronto's trading it, I bet. I wonder if they're trading it. Nothing's going on here. I'm not seeing anything. Come on now. Come on now. Guys, what do you think? What is Toronto doing? There's so many choices, and I bet they did not expect Cam Whitmore was on the board. I'm getting my electric blanket. I'm so freaking cold. Also, Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I knocked out my thing. Sorry. Robert, thank you. MVP of the night. Okay, I was just saying, my feet are so cold, so I had to get my electric blanket, but it knocked out my sound. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for sticking with me. But anyways, it's not coming in. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay, let's see here. It's still not in. Is it Buffkin to Utah? No way. They didn't announce it on Twitter. Grady Dick. The Toronto Raptors make the dick pick. The Toronto Raptors make the dick pick. The dick pick is in. Grady Dick, good job, Toronto. He's not going to Utah. He's going to Toronto. He also has a bright red sparkly jacket. All right. Chase Erickson, welcome to Rookie, my man. Welcome to Rookie. He joins right as we talk about the dick pic. Anyways, Grady Dick is on the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors make the dick pic. Congrats to Toronto. I'm so happy that the Jazz did not get a dick pic tonight, okay? I'm really happy. And we're going to be okay with that joke, okay? That's the joke. All right? All right. So, oh my gosh. DW, you're right. Cam, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Buffkin available for the Jazz. No way. No way. No way. Robert Hall of Fame, there's no place like home. Where would you rather be than right here? Why would you be anywhere else than right here? Why? Thank you, Robert Hall of Fame, 199, my man. And Chase Erickson, welcome to the channel, baby. We're going to develop you like Bilal Coulibaly. That's what we're going to do. There's no place like Nerd. It's the home. It's the Hoops Nerd home, baby. All right, 14 is up. And like DW said, we got some choices. So 14 is the New Orleans Pelicans. Kobe Buffkin, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Cam Whitmore. This is crazy. They stopped making notifications on here. What's going on? What's going on here? Come on. Shams is like a robot. It's like he buffered or something. He didn't get the pick in. Come on, guys. It's like I'm talking to Shams as if he could hear me. Anyways, that helps Toronto. He's big. He can shoot the ball. And so they just have big shooters on that team. They needed a shooter. So right now we've got 14. This is the New Orleans Pelicans on the board. I wonder if there was a trade possibly going down and just didn't work out. Because Shams put his electric blanket on just like me. My feet are a little warmer now. I'm warmer. But man, it gets cold in this. The Hoops Nerd Command Center is cold. We are cold. Okay, so Taylor Hendricks is on the Utah Jazz. I don't know if that's even sunk in yet. I'm fine with it. I'm not like, I don't hate the pick. It's just like, I kind of, but guess what? Cam Whitmore might be on the Jazz at 16. Is that nuts or what? But for whatever reason, he's dropping like a stone. It makes you wonder, did something happen for Cam Whitmore to drop? Did something go on that only teams know about? I drank all my Mountain Dew. How am I going to sleep tonight? Grady Dick looks like, do you know when you like dress up for Halloween and you have to go to work and then something bad happens and you have to have an important discussion with someone and you're dressed like a banana? That's kind of what's happening with Grady Dick right now, where he's in a bright red suit and he has to do all these interviews and stuff. And he looks like, I don't know. He kind of looks like Elton John. Whoa, just talking about. The Mavericks are active in trying to trade their marketplace to use their $17 million trade exception to acquire a player and a current future pick. Guess what? $17 million player exception. Do you know who fits within that? Colin Sexton. And what is the report from Utah is that Colin Sexton is available. They could trade for Colin Sexton for Utah for a trade exception, straight up. But I wonder if the Jazz would take that. But the Mavericks just selected Derek Lively, and I doubt the Jazz want Derek Lively. So let's see here. Pick is in. Who do you think it is? Jordan Hawkins from Jake Fisher, baby. And from Shams. Jordan Hawkins at 14. Kobe Buffkin is on the board for Utah, and Cam Whitmore is on the board. That means the Jazz, at minimum, have a choice between those two guys. That's crazy. The Jazz could select Cam Whitmore. Kobe Buffkin is on the board for the Jazz. Wow, this is crazy. Cam Whitmore and JHS are all on the board. Reports were that the Jazz also liked wow. So Keontae George could be on the board as well. So Keontae George, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and also Kobe Buffkin. I kind of, you know what? It's crazy that the Jazz could be picking between Kobe Buffkin and Cam Whitmore, and then they'd likely go with like Keontae George. That would be wild. What is going to happen here? Wow. What a draft. Okay, so here's a good one from Kevin O'Connor. Kobe Buffkin, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Keontae George, Bryce Sensabaugh. You guys, I have a feeling Jazz might get Cam Whitmore. It's up to... Okay, so the pick is in that... New York is selecting Jordan Hawkins, or New Orleans is selecting Jordan Hawkins at 14. So that means who's on the board now? The Atlanta Hawks. Uh-oh, trade. Are they announcing the Dallas and OKC trade? Okay, so they're announcing the draft. Wow, so let's see here. Jordan Hawkins. Wow, so it's catching up. They're not tweeting it quite as early. I can't believe it. Wow, congrats to Jordan Hawkins. He's a lottery pick. I did not expect that. I tell you what, he seemed to drop on a lot of things, but wow, 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 wow. Okay, so now we've got the Atlanta Hawks on the board. What are the Atlanta Hawks going to do? Do the Jazz trade and get 15 and 16? What if the Jazz did this? Get them something and get 15 and 16. Go to 15, get Cam Whitmore. And maybe you can get John... I don't know. Do something. Get 15 and 16. You could get Kobe Buffkin and Cam Whitmore. Could you believe... Could you imagine that kind of draft for the Jazz? That would be wild. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. So could the Jazz somehow get... Wow, this is crazy. So Kobe Buffkin and Cam Whitmore are on the board. The Jazz have their choice of those two. There's also Keontae George out there, who was high on a lot of people's boards, but Kobe Buffkin has risen a lot. Wow. Kobe Buffkin going to Atlanta. Kobe Buffkin to Atlanta. Wow. Kobe Buffkin is going to Atlanta. They have Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and now Kobe Buffkin. What is going on? Quinn Snyder sucks, dude. Woo! Cam Whitmore is on the board at 16. No way. No way. This is wild. So Kobe Buffkin Kobe Buffkin's a really nice player. They're obviously going best player available. If they pass on Cam, I don't know why. Something happened. There must be some sort of because he did have surgery on his hand. Did it mess up his shot? I don't know. But guess what? Take a flyer. Take a flyer. At 16, are you kidding me? If you'd have told me that Jazz got Cam Whitmore at 16 yesterday, I'd have lost my mind. Oh my gosh. Don't make me sad, Jazz. Do not take Keontae George over Cam. I don't care. Jordan Hawkins. Okay, congrats to him. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this, guys. I'm just scared because this was like when Desmond Bane was on the board and it was get Desmond Bane. Don't be dumb. Make the right choice. No way. Keontae George. They take Keontae George over Cam Whitmore. What happened? Well, the reports were true. My goodness, guys. So Keontae George is on the Utah Jazz. He was in the top 10 for a lot of things. He got injured. Wow. That is crazy. This is a weird draft. Wow. No way. That's crazy. That's crazy. Keontae George. Jalen Hood-Schifino still on the board. Wow. Okay, so Keontae George is, I guess, the point guard of the future, but man. Wow. I can't believe they passed on Whitmore at 16. What is going on? Can the Jazz trade into the top? There's a lot of, we haven't seen any trades for Utah either. I thought the Jazz would make a trade. They did not. They picked Keontae George. They kind of picked two sure things. Yeah, it must be. There's got to be injury stuff with Cam Whitmore. He's not going to play next year or something. Kobe Buffkin at 15. That's too bad because he would have been nice on the Jazz. But you know what? Keontae George has a chance to be like something special. I'm just surprised. Cam Whitmore was there. They don't take him. Who knows? I mean, I guess there could be a trade that's coming, but that's the draft. So Taylor Hendricks and Keontae George. The Jazz come away with two solid players. We'll see how they both pan out, but Keontae George is like 6'4". I imagine that he's going to be the point guard of the future for the Jazz. But man, that's an interesting pick. I don't know. Effort concerns. I don't know, man. Apparently Cam's medical issues were combined with effort concerns. Ezekiel. Yeah, maybe. Can't teach effort. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Those workouts must have been terrible. That's crazy. All right, so Keontae George and Taylor Hendricks. The Jazz they have just shooters everywhere. Now, you talk about effort. Like, one thing you want to see with Keontae George is that he will being in the eight. Congrats to Kobe Buffkin. Keontae George is going to Utah, so I'm interested to see kind of how he reacts and like what his face looks like going to Utah. Let's see here, man. Okay, let's see. Utah. Okay, so this is from Woj. Utah had some conversations on trading number 9 and 16, but appear to be standing pat. They tried. Keontae George has been high on board for number 16. Interesting. So the Jazz did try to trade up. It just didn't happen. But anyways, man, interesting. So I'm just kind of interested to see them make the pick for Utah, unless they go to commercial again, you jerks. But anyways, okay, so and now they're talking to Victor Wembanyama. That's fine, but come on. It's always something else instead of the Jazz. Come on. Let's go talk. Let's see the Jazz pick. Poor Cam Whitmore, man. I mean, that's got to be so tough to drop like this. Okay, so Jonathan Goni just tweeted. So Nick Smith is on the board still. Cam Whitmore, Ryan Rupert, Keontae George, Bryce Sensabaugh, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Jamie Jazzquez, James Najee, Noah Clowney, Chris Murray, Colby Jones. Man, there's a lot of guys. Yeah, can we get Cam at 28? I bet the Jazz are on the phone right now. Man. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Jake Fisher. Another note on the Jazz. Utah has been conducting plenty of trade calls about the number 28 pick. That was one of the buzzier topics around the league. As this afternoon turned into this evening, being told trade will depend on who's still on the board for the Jazz. The Jazz are trying to trade up. Okay, so the Jazz are trying to make a trade with number 28. So right now, Atlanta, Taylor, Kobe Buffkin, Utah still, they're not showing the Jazz pick yet for some reason because it's already in. 16 is going to be Keontae George. You know what? I think he can be a point guard. And one thing we know about Danny Ainge is he doesn't draft guys that he think need to be a point guard. I don't think that's as big a deal to him as just drafting the best player. And I think he really believes in turning guys into like players. So for example, what's his name? Marcus Smart is an example, who recently got traded to the Grizzlies. Not like a pure point guard, but kind of learned over time how to do that. Jason Tatum, the offense kind of runs through him. So the Jazz now have Keontae George, who has shown that he can run a pick and roll. Go watch Keontae George film. That's going to be fun. We'll do a draft grades pick, but Keontae George is someone that could kind of be a guy that handles the ball and moves the ball, and he can score it from three. So the Jazz have some scorers. Taylor Hendricks absolutely can shoot it. So it kind of feels like the Jazz just had a big board, and this is what they went with. And so Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks. Hendricks is going to make this team a nice, interesting defensive team. They have some interesting things they could do where Kessler goes to the bench, Taylor Hendricks becomes the center, and maybe you run with that. Damian Jones is on this Jazz team. And reminder, the Jazz have a ton of cap space. They haven't made a decision yet on Jordan Clarkson. And, you know, they could go out and get like Kyle Kuzma, who, by the way, is considering the Jazz as one of his options. So this Jazz team has a lot of... I wouldn't be surprised if Kuzma is on the Jazz soon, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. So... okay, let's see. I'm trying to refresh here. What's coming in 17? Because this is the Lakers. What do the Lakers want to do? Come on, announce the Jazz thing. They're like... we have to watch the Wembanyama second segment before the Jazz segment. I do like Victor Wembanyama, even though I hate the Spurs, but because they got him. That's it. That's the only reason. But Utah is going to try to trade up. I think Utah's going to make a trade. That's what Jake Fisher is reporting. So let's read that again. Utah is conducting plenty of trade calls about the number 28 pick. So a lot of people are interested in that pick. All right, here we go. Jazz. The Utah Jazz select Keontae George. Wow, look at that. He's got like a really fun jacket. He's going to be a starting guard. They don't look super excited about going to Utah, but here we go. Keontae is going to be a Jazz man. Here we go. I tell you what, Keontae George is going to get play time. He looks emotional. Is it because he's going to Utah, or is it because he's excited about being drafted? I'm excited to see Keontae George on the Utah Jazz. The guy can absolutely score it. He's emotional. I love it. He's excited to be drafted. Look at this. This is his moment, baby. Soak it in, man. He's coming to the Utah Jazz. And you know what? He's going to love it here. He's going to love it here. The Jazz are on the rise, baby. All right, let's just think about it. Keontae George for three. The Utah Jazz are going to the NBA Finals. Boom, baby. Let's just manifest it. All right, let's see here. You can see the just absolute... the guy can absolutely score it. He is a three-point demon. And you know what? There's defensive upside and playmaking upside. So he's going to play point guard for the Jazz. None of this stupid Quinn Snyder crap anymore. Best players on the floor. Size at every position. So Keontae George at the point. He can absolutely score it. So, and he's going to be in... Andrew Streeter, by the way, thank you, my friend. 199. I appreciate it a ton. Cam's medicals and work ethic are concerns. Yeah. They must be. They must be, man. So we shall see Now it's time to see what happens next. So, I might go get a hamburger. Do I get a commercial break? Do I get a commercial break really quick? I'm going to go get a hamburger. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's turn this back on. Thank you for staying. Thank you. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry I left. I'm starving. So I hope all of you got a drink. I got a hamburger and some lemon meringue pie here. The missus treats me well. We'll just say that. All right, so let's see. Okay, what did the Lakers do? Do they get Cam Whitmore to LA? Jalen Hood-Schifino. I really like Jalen Hood-Schifino. He's big. He defends. He can run a pick and roll. And he's a Laker now. Did I just eat my dessert first? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So Jalen Hood-Schifino goes to the Lakers. I like the pick. I'll be honest. I think it's a burger. Take a bite. I put pickles on it. It's a cheeseburger. Mayo, ketchup. Yes, baby. I forgot a napkin. Yum. Oh, baba. Oh, baby. All right, so let's get here. And then wash it down. By the way, the Mountain Dew Zero Major Melon is like, look, the green goes away, but by the way, Mountain Dew, if you want to sponsor the channel, hit me up. Hit me up. All right. Shout out Lemon and Marrying Pie. Shout out to Danny Ainge. Shout out to the Utah Jazz. All right, let's see. So Jalen Hood-Schifino, Cam Whitmore still on the board. Okay, so Kevin O'Connor says Keontae George, Ochai Agbaji, Larry Markkinen, Taylor Hendricks, Walker Kessler. The bright future Jazz. Wow, that's the starting lineup. There we go. So, that's the starting lineup for the Jazz. Keontae George, Ochai Agbaji, Larry Markkinen, Taylor Hendricks, Walker Kessler. You got yourself a team. Now, it's going to take some time for George and Hendricks to acclimate, and Ochai's still learning, but it's going to be a fun team. Nothing weirder than watching yourself eat a burger on live stream. Okay. So, Robert, the rumor was the Jazz are trying to trade the 28. So, we'll see what happens. Man, I'm so hungry. I hope you guys have been eating. It's nice to see these guys and their families. One thing I do love about watching these players is just like their personalities. It's just nice to see their families. It's just really cool. Chicken and salad over there. Nice, Robert. Well, just talking about why Cam is dropping. Bad workouts. Not good interviews. Man, he's not happy. Woj just said Cam Whitmore is dropping towards 20. So, really crazy. So let's see. What's next? Sorry, guys. I had to take a quick break. I'm starving. Whew. Miami is selecting Jamie Jaquez Jr. at number 18. Wow. He's one that really rose. Apparently, he is a bulldog on defense. Okay. So, Miami takes Jamie Jaquez. That fits with their culture. He can play right away, too, apparently. So that's why Miami's making that pick. Oh, man, that was so good. Guys, you know what's a blessing is having Mrs. Hoops Nerd in your life. She is a blessing, I can tell you that. All right, so Jamie Jaquez Jr., Jaime, I think they say Jaime. So Jaime Jaquez or Jaime Jaquez, however you say his name, we'll find out. He was the one that was rising, and he goes to Miami at 18, which makes you think that they are 100% picking that to win now because he can get on the floor. And so that's kind of why they're making that pick, I assume. Okay. Man, I can't believe the Jazz have... This is a really fun team next year, guys. We're going to have so much fun on this channel. I hope you're subscribed. But we are going to have a lot of fun. This Jazz team is going to be exciting. Young, athletic, long defenders. I mean, shooters at every spot. Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, Larry Markkinen, Ochai Agbaji. Jaime Jaquez, that's how you say it. He's going to Miami. Wow. Apparently his workouts were crazy. Robert, I think Keontae George is our starting point guard. He's got point guard upside, and the Jazz are probably going to have him run it. And the Jazz run a system where they run simple sets and put their players in places to succeed. Keontae could be doing really well for Utah. And then, you know what? Here's one thing that's interesting. By the way, the Jazz also have Colin Sexton, THT, Talen Horton-Tucker. There's also Jordan Clarkson, who may opt into his contract. He may opt out. So there's a lot of questions of who plays point guard. But my guess is Keontae George is a guard that the Jazz picked at number 16, and he's a nice guard. This was a nice draft. But anyways, I forgot where I was going to go, but it's a team that just everyone can score. This Jazz team was a top 5 offense for most of the year last year. And now they've got even more shooting. Oh yeah, and Chris Dunn too, DW. You're right. So the Jazz have a lot of guards. Oh, that was the other rumor. And by the way, I hope you guys are reading SLC Dunk. The Jazz, according to Jake Fisher, who is calling these picks, good hamburger. The Jazz have made Colin Sexton available for trade. So I think they're trading Colin Sexton at some point. We'll see. Maybe Colin Sexton can get them Cam Whitmore. Would you trade Colin Sexton for Cam Whitmore? I would. Pretty wild draft, actually. This was really fun. Let's see. I want to see. So my dudes. You know what? I like the pick for Keontae George. I mean, Cam Whitmore, who knows what's going on, but I mean, Cam Whitmore worked out for the Jazz. It must not have gone well. It must have been bad. Who knows? This is wild. I don't even know how to... This is one of those things where you're just like, I can't believe this is even happening. You know? Let's see here. What's the next pick? So, Jaime Jaquez to Miami. Did we get the... It's the Golden State Warriors on the board right now. They are keeping that pick. Remember, they made the trade, I think it was like today, for Chris Paul, but they kept their 19 picks, so they want to make this pick. They might be able to get Cam Whitmore. That's crazy. The Golden State Warriors, if they get Cam Whitmore, are you kidding me? The thing about the Warriors is they can't develop anybody. The last person they developed was like, you know, Steph Curry. But, anyways, we'll see. This makes me mad if the Warriors get Cam Whitmore. But I guess we can't be mad because the Jazz could have picked him and didn't. So. Also, Miami needed size. So you can see how big Jaime is. He's big. All right, let's see here. Uh-oh, Jake just tweeted. The Warriors are staying at number 19 and selecting Brandon Podziemski. Brandon Podziemski, I don't even know how to say his name, is over Cam Whitmore. Wild. Wild. No way. It's funny. I can't believe this. That's crazy. Cam Whitmore is there at, what is this pick? Cam Whitmore is there at 20 with the Houston Rockets. This is wild. So Jalen Green was apparently tweeting to go pick Cam Whitmore. So the Houston Rockets might get Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore at 20. They get Cam Whitmore. And I don't think anyone would have been surprised if they picked him at 4. That's how crazy this Cam Whitmore thing is. Wow. They keep showing shots of Cam Whitmore, and he just looks like he's so frustrated, and he's got to be. Uh-oh. Okay, so Robert Hall, I think you just tweeted at me something from Sarah, what's her, whatever. Apparently Hendricks is one of the better athletes. So we'll see. So I'm going to be optimistic about it. I just feel like he's John Collins with a little better defense, but maybe he's way better. I could be wrong. The Hoops Nerd has been wrong. As they say, I'm not always right. So maybe I'm not right, but I'm never wrong. All right. That's what's crazy, Ezekiel. Is they might get Cam at 20. Do you think they predicted that? I doubt it. Brandon Podziemski. So he's the one that I didn't know who he was. I don't know. I don't know, man. Brandon Podziemski? I always sometimes wonder with, can I get a K-Man? Yeah. No! Cam Whitmore's going to Houston at 20. Wow. Wow. Cam Whitmore at 20 to Houston. That makes me mad. I had a hope. Wow. Cam Whitmore to the Rockets. Okay, so Cam Whitmore to the Rockets at 20 is what Woj is saying. Wow. Well, the Jazz could have had him. They didn't. They must have had a good reason not to. I hope so. If Cam Whitmore is really good, then you're going to be kind of bummed. But I tell you what, he's not as big as you thought. He must have not looked good in workouts. There were a few things about Cam Whitmore that I was just like, and I had my worries. I'm not going to lie. And I should have tweeted it I should have said what I thought because I just was not big on Cam Whitmore, trading up for him. Because I just felt like there was just like some scary things about what his game is. He doesn't pass the ball, for one. He's not good at it. And there's questions about his shooting. And I don't think he's as big as you think. So I'm surprised we didn't take him at 16 because I figure 16 is a good place to get him. But, he might just not be that good at playmaking. Like, he might be Miles Bridges at best. Ezekiel, if Jazz only pass on Cam, yeah, maybe. But if a lot of teams pass on Cam, that says a lot. It does. I mean, for him to fall to 20, people are taking Podziemski over Cam Whitmore. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So what does Shams say? Same thing? Oh, Woj came out just to say I'm still the king because he got it before everyone. But Cam Whitmore is going to Houston. And honestly, it's a smart pick for Houston because they can develop him. They were terrible last year, so he'll get minutes. Now, they obviously haven't been able to develop anyone on their team. Jalen Green looks like he hasn't gotten better at all. So we'll see. It's not like a great landing spot, to be honest, in terms of basketball. Who have they developed? Now, they do have Ime Udoka, which changes things. He's a good coach. But, man, I mean, I have to say, like, tough spot for Cam Whitmore. I mean, the Rockets are bad for a reason. They weren't bad on purpose, They were bad because they just couldn't get better. We'll see. So if Cam Whitmore becomes really good for Houston, Houston had an incredible draft. I mean, Houston's going to get all the A+ on all the draft grades, including me. Because, I mean, coming away with Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore, that team's just going to be such a train wreck, though. But, he might be amazing. Oh, man. Cam Whitmore. So, we shall see. This is really a weird draft, guys. Yeah, Cam Whitmore going 20 to Houston is the surprise of the night. Outside of, the big one was Jet Howard at 11. That's a weird pick. I don't know. I guess they wanted to for sure shooting, but that's crazy. All right, so I can't believe this, guys. So anyways, so where are we at? So Houston's taken Cam Whitmore at 20. What does that leave? That leaves Noah Clowney. That leaves Dariq Whitehead is on the board. Nick Smith Jr. I like Nick Smith Jr. Maxence Prosper got invited to the green room, so he is there. A lot of people really like him. Maybe the Jazz try to get him. Ryan Rupert, Bryce Sensabaugh is there. Colby Jones and James Najee. A lot of people love James Najee's body, just because he's big. I'm sure he's attractive too, but he's a big guy. I just want to. Some of these guys, I just don't know them very well at all. Later in the draft, I did a lot of work on 20 to 0. So James Najee, 7'5" wingspan, 6'10". He's 18 years old. That's interesting. So there's still a lot of interesting players on the board. Noah Clowney, a lot of people liked him. Leonard Miller still on the board, not invited to the green room. What if the Jazz get Leonard Miller at 28? That would be fun. One thing's for sure is the Jazz have gone with for sure shooters. That's one thing. The Jazz, if you're not super excited about this draft, one thing you can be happy about if you're a Jazz fan, you got for sure shooters in Keontae George and Taylor Hendricks. This Jazz team is going to be pretty fun. It makes me want to go watch some Keontae George highlights. I tell you that much. Let's see. The Houston... I can't believe this, guys. I can't believe this. Rockets getting Cam Whitmore at 20 is crazy. And there was the report the Jazz are trying to trade. So maybe the Jazz do try to do something with 28. It cost so that was the other trade that was interesting. The Lakers traded up, I think 7 spots, but like from 47 to 40. So the second round, and they did it with cash, $4 million. So I wonder, do the Jazz want to spend $5 million to move into like, I don't know, move up? I don't know. We shall see. I'm kind of interested to see Cam Whitmore go to Houston. But Cam Whitmore lost a lot of money today too, by the way. The amount of money you get at like 5 compared to 20 is like $6 million. 7 to 8 even. It's probably at least 5. Cam Whitmore going to Houston. He's happy, I'm sure, but he's got to be bummed about the drop. You know, I'm really, really surprised. I mean, yeah, that's what they're saying. Absolute steal at 20 is the understatement. My gosh. I mean, usually when you're picking at 20, you're just like excited to get a guy that can make it in the league. And so to get a prospect like Whitmore at that level, I just don't think he's that big. And obviously there was health concerns, attitude concerns, and he didn't play well in his workouts at all. You know, so I'm surprised. I've been watching this guy for a while. Just watching all the stuff since he was like high school. I'm just really surprised. What a fall. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. So Houston has a chance to have had the steal of the draft here at 20. And he could just completely bust. But the thing that's nice is at 20, you're not worried about it. If he busts at 20, what do you care? You know? What do you care if he busts? But yeah, so Cam Whitmore drops. I'm sure he's not happy at all, but you know what? Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore for the Rockets is a wild draft. Wow. Houston Rockets fans, you've got to be so happy. Houston Rockets fans got to be so excited. And Cam Whitmore's probably a shooting guard. Amen Thompson's bigger than Cam Whitmore. That's what's crazy about Amen Thompson. I'm kind of curious to watch this interview and see what Cam Whitmore says. He's got to be just so struggling. But anyways, all right. So Houston Rockets pick is in. That's old news. No Cam Whitmore for the Jazz. It's crazy. So yeah, Jake Fisher. The Rockets were connected with Cam Whitmore as high as 4. Quite the value add for Houston, landing him at 20. Yes, that's crazy. That's right. Agbaji was Kansas, though. I believe, DW. Agbaji, believe was a Kansas Jayhawk. Wasn't he? Oh, man. Now I'm like, let's see. All right, guys. All right. So, all right. While we wait for the pick, I'm just tweeting out there just about Keontae and Taylor Hendricks. Keontae, I hope, is the starting guard for the Jazz. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Here's the thing with the Jazz. You know, as we watch the Houston Rockets have just an incredible draft. Incredible draft for Houston. Houston Rockets fans, you got to be so stoked. Shout out to all the Houston Rockets fans. But the Utah Jazz want to be better than 10 next year. They want their draft to convey next year. Why is that? Well, because the draft in 25 and 26 are apparently incredible drafts, and the Jazz would like to have their pick in those drafts. You know, next year the Jazz literally don't have a first round pick or a second round pick. Maybe they trade up to try to get into the draft, possibly, but we're probably looking at the Jazz not having a single pick next year, and that's okay. The Jazz want to make the playoffs. The Jazz want to develop this team, and now is the time to win. All of you who watch this channel know that I was rooting for losses all last year so that we could get this. And the Jazz were bad enough that they got Taylor Hendricks, who I think will be a very nice NBA player. Who knows? Maybe he'll become even more. Who knows? You never know. Some guys turn into more than you expected. But they're going to be fun. This Jazz team can absolutely shoot the lights out. And then you've got, on defense, you've got Taylor Hendricks and Walker Kessler, who gives you a really fun, interesting front court rotation where you can have times where Kessler goes to the bench and you have like Taylor Hendricks playing some center. The Jazz also have Damian Jones, and we'll see if the Jazz go get someone else. I imagine they'd like to have some sort of shooting center. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm really interested to see this Jazz team. They're going to be a lot of fun next year. And at 28, the next pick is in. Brooklyn is selecting Noah Clowney at 21. All right. So Noah Clowney, a lot of people really liked him. He was kind of a riser. So he goes at 21. I forgot. I want to just look him up just to get a look, because I looked him up a few times. He played for, wasn't he Alabama? Yes. He played for Alabama, and I think he was a guy that you saw because you were watching Brandon Miller. Because didn't Brandon Miller play for Alabama? Yeah, I believe so. Let me just double check to make sure. Brandon Miller, Alabama. Yep. So Noah Clowney was a nice player for them. He's probably the second best player on the team, obviously. Obviously the second best prospect. So Noah Clowney at 21 goes to the Nets. And the Nets are interesting because they have 2 picks in a row. So then they have also pick number 22. Still some nice guys on the board. Maxence Prosper, Nick Smith Jr. I like Nick Smith. I would trade up now if you can get him for cheap. Get Nick Smith Jr. on this team. Although, do you want to create some sort of backcourt? The Jazz have a lot of guards. So I don't know if you want another guard in Maxence Prosper, or maybe you go out and get, you know, who's big? Derek Whitehead might be interesting. Upside pick there because he was so high out of high school and then really struggled in college. A lot of that was injuries, so we'll see what happens. Nets pick is in, so we know that it's going to be Noah Clowney. Yeah, Sissoko. You know, he's someone that a lot of people like. Let's just look at City Sissoko. Oh, he was on the G League Ignite. I watched some of his video the other day, actually. It's funny. I watched so many of these guys. I forget who they are. 6'8", 200 pounds. We'll see. I mean, there's some upside there. There's, all of these guys, it's like, who knows? But 6'7", wingspan 6'10", draft age 19. There's a few things about him to like, I think, especially defensively. Based off of what the Jazz have done, I could see them taking Bryce Sensabaugh. I could see them taking Nick Smith Jr. I could see them taking Derek Whitehead. That's really interesting. Did my light just go out? It did. All right, let's see. Ryan Rupert is like an upside pick. 6'7". Oh, man. Swanee, Noah Clowney is off the board. So we're now at pick 22. Let's see here. Let's pull it up. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see here. Let's see here. So I'm pulling it up Guys, sorry. If you're tweeting at me, it's hard for me to follow everything. I'm sorry. I'm trying. But if you're tweeting at me, it's hard. Okay, let's see. Guys, let me know in the chat. Who do you want? City Sissoko? I like Nick Smith Jr. I'm surprised he's still on the board. Wow. Taylor Hendricks. I still can't believe it's Hendricks, but you know what? Here it is. Here we go. Okay. My gosh. Sorry, guys. I just am watching all this news. Not a single trade for the Jazz. We know the Jazz were trying. Almost Ainge strikes again. I didn't know. It's my first time. It's my first time experiencing the almost Ainge effect, but from this side. Okay. Hey, Court McMullen, welcome to Rookie, baby. Welcome to Rookie, Court McMullen. I appreciate it, my man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A rookie with potential like Keontae George. But anyways, almost Ainge, baby. That's the Jazz effect. That's almost Ainge trying to get onto this draft board. We'll see if he moves up, but I don't know if I like it. Do you guys like the almost Ainge effect? We get lots of rumors. No actual movement. Anyways, let's see here. So, who's on the board? So, wait, first let's check and see. Key himself, James Najee at 28. I think I'd take it. I'm here for upside. G.G. Jackson. I haven't heard that name in a while. Good call, Court. Good call. Key himself, $2, man. Keontae himself, baby. James Najee at 28. I hope Audrey got 2 burgers. Audrey tried. I'm sure Audrey tried. I didn't put the burgers away. I better go right back. Honestly, Audrey might have eaten a burger. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Let's get this back up. Guys, the Hoops Nerd almost got in trouble with Mrs. Hoops Nerd for leaving the burgers out. And speaking of Audrey, she would have wanted one. Oh, that scared me. Thank you, Court. Or thank you, Keontae, for making the save there. You saved me, my friend. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's go. Let's see here. Baby Elliot Matson, if you're tweeting, I'm sorry, man. I like the pick a lot. Okay, let's see here. Sorry. Let's see. Let's go see who the next pick is for the Jazz. Noah Clowney. And they get that because of the Suns trade. So Noah Clowney for Kevin Durant. So when everyone says, oh my gosh, I can't believe the Suns gave up everything. Well, they gave up Noah Clowney for Kevin Durant. All right. So can we remember that? Just remember that, because when someone says, "Oh, I can't believe all the assets the Suns gave up," but yeah, so I always think that's funny. Like, okay, well, they just lost Noah Clowney, who might be really nice, but he also might be nothing, and they got Kevin Durant. Oh, sorry, I just gotta adjust. Okay. Sean Mark's latest pick is in. Let's see. Who's the next pick for the Nets? 22. Brooklyn Nets select Dariq Whitehead. I like it. I'm sad because I would have made that pick for the Jazz. That's crazy. Man, some of these teams, it's funny how some of them, it just seems like they get those nice surprise picks. I got to get to the notification thing. They're not tweeting it. Dariq Whitehead. Oh, he did. Andrew Streeter, you're my... Honestly, thank you so much, my friend. $4.99. Honestly, such a big... Thank you. Can we really blame GMs for being scared of making trades with Danny? Makes sense that he's active on the phones, but people don't want to be fleeced. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Danny Ainge is one of those guys that just absolutely has a reputation, and I bet there's a lot of them out there that don't want to make the move. You see what Danny Ainge did to Minnesota. You don't want to be the team that gets fleeced too. Oh, man. A lot of people like Max Prosper, so we'll see if he's there for the Jazz, but my guess is he won't be. Almost Ainge, nearly nerd, hypothetically hoops. Yeah. Let's see here. So now it's the Portland Trailblazers on the board. I wonder if Portland would trade with Utah. All right, let's see. I am going to see, before I say anything, first player drafted from outside the green room is Duke's Dariq Whitehead. We'll see what happens, but it'll be interesting. Portland got Scoot at number 3. Kind of it's quietly a really big steal. Let's see, what's Shams Charania saying here? Let's see here. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see. All right, let's see. Yeah, GG Jackson's on the board. I wonder if he really regrets. I just didn't like his attitude. Same reason that Cam Whitmore fell is probably the reason why GG Jackson fell. Not probably, it just is. It's just not something you want as a player that doesn't play defense and has a terrible attitude. You just don't want it. Portland is picking Chris Murray at 23. That's a nice pick. I like Chris Murray. Chris Murray at 23. So Utah, if I'm Utah, let's just get pure upside. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Well, I think Atlanta had a nice draft with Kobe Buffkin. I just don't know how he fits. Let's see. What's going on here? Is there any rumors jumping through? I think Maxence Prosper to the Jazz would be really nice. So the Blazers are taking Dariq Whitehead, isn't it? Can't remember. Let's just see. Chris Murray. That's right. Dariq went to the Brooklyn Nets. Chris Murray to the... it's hard to keep up. Chris Murray to Portland. So now it's Sacramento. And what does Sacramento do? DWCB radio interview. I feel like it's playing to NBA 2K right now. All right, let's see what happens next. All right, let's see here. Okay, it's 24. Sacramento. What is Sacramento going to do? Or does Sacramento make some sort of trade? The Jazz were apparently trying to trade 28. But what do the Jazz want to do? If they get Maxence Prosper, a lot of people love Maxence Prosper. Keontae George interview. I feel like it's like playing Prize Picks right now. By the way, speaking of Prize Picks, go use the promo code. Go use it. It supports the channel. And if you go and you use it and you put $5 down, I know nothing's going on right now, so... But maybe a baseball game, I don't know. Okay, Olivier Maxence Prosper. Marquette, he's one that rose a lot. 6'8", wing, can defend. 20 years old. He's 6'8". But he might be better than people think. He's one that people think can come in and play right away. But obviously, kind of falling to where everyone thought he would be. 24 is about where everyone thought he would be. So now that Cam Whitmore's off the board like everyone expected, I wonder if it's him. The Kings are trading Rashawn Holmes and number 24 to Dallas. Sources tell ESPN. Wow. Rashawn Holmes to Dallas. And number 24 goes to Dallas. So Dallas is picking at number 24. Okay. So Kings are trading Rashawn Holmes and number 24 to Dallas. Dallas is selecting Olivier Maxence Prosper. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, wouldn't that have been weird if Chris Murray went to the Kings to play with his brother, Keegan Murray? Well, Maxence Prosper is apparently a guy that can come in and play right away. Taylor Hendricks said, I had a really good talk with Danny Ainge, the owner, and the head coach, and they made me feel pretty comfortable there. Hendricks, I'm not really around snow too much, so it's going to be different. I'm going to have a lot of snow fights. I love Utah too. They want me, so I want them. All right. I like it. Hendricks, happy to go to Utah. So Rashawn Holmes is going to Dallas. Pretty nice for the Kings who don't play Rashawn Holmes at all. Olivier Maxence Prosper. Maxence Prosper. Going to Sacramento. We'll never hear from him again. Let's see. What did the old tweet thing say? Keontae George. The Jazz is going to get a guy that is going to come in, work hard, coachable, willing to learn each and every day. Of course, my scoring ability, I feel like, is one of the best. My creativity with the basketball, I know they're going to get an all-around player. Can Keontae defend? That's the question. He's not big. I know the Jazz would have liked Anthony Black, but they don't get it. They get Keontae George instead. And Taylor Hendricks. So, we'll see. We'll see. Dang it. Well, Maxence Prosper was a guy a lot of people liked. He's now gone. Pretty good draft for Dallas, although, taking Lively at that spot, pretty interesting. Case and Wallace I would have loved in a Jazz uniform, so that's a bummer. Of all the guys that I wanted to drop and that did drop, he was not one. Okay, so more trades. The Kings are sending Holmes into the traded player section created with the Kings are trading Rashawn Holmes and number 24 to Dow. Okay, that's with the trade player exception. Okay. Another trade. The Milwaukee Bucks are acquiring number 36 in a deal with the Orlando Magic. So the Bucks are trading for a second round pick. Interesting. The Jazz don't have any second round picks, so I'm going to probably drop off after the first round, guys, but I'm excited to watch Taylor Hendricks. Apparently he's just a really incredible athlete, so we shall see. No trade for Utah. So, Memphis is on the board at 25, so there's still 3 picks before the Jazz. Let's see here. So, let's see here. So, it's 25. It's Memphis, but it's for Boston, I believe. I think this is Boston's pick. Nick Smith Jr. is still on the board. That's kind of crazy. On the board. I love watching these guys' families. They're so awesome. Maxence Prosper's parents are awesome. His mom is awesome. Maxence Prosper's mom is awesome. Winning. Good culture. Play hard. She knows her basketball. All right, let's see. So, 25. I think this is Boston picking for Memphis, I believe. Yes, so Memphis is making the pick for Boston. Let's see what happens here. Boston at 25. Wow, and now the Celtics trade the number 25 pick to Detroit. So the Celtics are drafting Marcus Sasser and trading the number 25 pick to Detroit. So Marcus Sasser, he was another name on the board a lot of people liked. Marcus Sasser, wow. We actually had him on SLC Dunk. We did a thing for him recently. Marcus Sasser, 22 years old. He played with Jarris Walker on Houston. 6'2". All right, Marcus Sasser gone. Now that means 26 is there. That is Portland. Or not Portland. I'm looking at the P for the Pacers. Indiana. Nick Smith Jr. is on the board. That's crazy. Wow. Nick Smith Jr. Are they taking Nick Smith Jr.? We shall see. I'm surprised Nick Smith Jr. has fallen so much. Nick Smith Jr., Leonard Miller, Bryce Sensabaugh, James Najee, Maxwell Lewis, who's someone I really like. Ryan Rupert, Colby Jones, Ben Shepherd. Oh, man. Oh, okay, guys. Well, let me know. What do you think of the Jazz draft so far? If you're a non-Jazz fan, what do you think of your team's draft? What do you think? Let me know. I want to hear what you have to say. I'm kind of curious. I like the Jazz draft. I'd give the Jazz draft like B plus, A minus. They weren't able to make a trade, so you know. Salt Lake City, Sissoko. Let's see here. So, I want to see who the next pick is. So, let's see. The Pistons are acquiring number 25 from the Celtics. The Celtics will get number 31. And then number 25 is Marcus Sasser. So, we're looking at 26 now, which, like we said, is Indiana. Robert, feeling pretty good about Taylor, Jimi Hendrix. If Jazz keep pick, go upside. I agree. Although Nick Smith Jr., who was like a top 10 prospect to start the year, is now on the board still. That's crazy. I mean, he was expected to go like top 8 for a while, and then he just dropped. And part of it was just he just dropped. Like he just, you know. The Jazz are trying to get people to go to their live stream, but I'm glad you guys are here. Here, right now, watching this together, the Hoops Nerd family. By the way, the Jazz are creating SEG Media. Everyone should let Ryan Smith know they should have a Hoops Nerd show on SEG. Smith Entertainment Group Media needs a Hoops Nerd show. So Marcus Sasser goes to Boston, to Detroit via Boston, via Memphis. How do we follow all this stuff? 25. So we're waiting for Indiana to see what they do. I bet they pick Nick Smith Jr. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, so I like this tweet from Kevin O'Connor. Keontae George, Ochai Agbaji, Lauri Markkanen, Taylor Hendricks, Walker Kessler. That's the Utah Jazz next year. It's going to be a fun team. It's going to be a fun team for the Jazz. At this point, you know, late in the draft, I like Maxwell Prosper at this point. I like Nick Smith Jr. Leonard Miller is a nice pick for the Jazz. All those guys are on the board. Jordan Walsh. I don't know anything about Jordan Walsh, Robert. So let's see here. And then there's G.G. Jackson too. So you just don't know if there's attitude issues with him. Number 31 in future seconds to the Celtics. Woj correcting himself. Okay, so I bet Woj got a bad text. I don't know. There's some guys that aren't like in love. Here's the thing. You know what? Here's the thing about NBA players and prospects. They can get better. And sometimes context matters. So like Keontae George got hurt last year. Have you not, like, they have like one college year or G League year or overseas year to prove their value. If you get hurt, it's just like players during the NBA, like the NBA season. Like some guys get like a calf injury, and guess what? They usually tend to shoot poorly after an injury. So if Keontae George got an injury, which he did, chances are that didn't help his shooting. Right? And if you only have 30 games and you miss all of them to prove your value. So I actually am happy with the Keontae George pick. I assume he had a good workout with the Jazz. So that's, I mean, obviously must have. So good pick for the Jazz. Pacers are keeping number 26 and eyeing a mid-major riser on boards. Wow. Who's a mid-major riser? Woj is like caught texting a GM. Is Woj an Apple guy? Look, you can see Woj's phone right there. Someone get a screenshot. Oh man. Well, let's see here. Ben Shepherd, according to Shams Charania. Okay, Ben Sasser, or Ben Shepherd. That was someone they talked about. So, 26. Guess what? We're close to 28. That means Nick Smith Jr. is on the board. That means who else is on the board? Let's see here. All right. 26. So Ben Shepherd. Let's see who's going 27. It's the Jazz still on the board. Senior guard from Belmont, Ben Shepherd. All right. I mean, maybe he'll be good. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Now it's 27. What's going on at 27? Leonard Miller on the board. Nick Smith Jr. on the board. What if Nick Smith Jr. turned out to be better than Keontae George? Could be. Wow. Leonard Miller, Nick Smith Jr. There's all sorts of guys still on the board. Maxwell Lewis. I wonder if that's the pick. That's crazy. James Najee on the board. All right, so Ben Shepherd, Leonard Miller, Maxwell Lewis, Ryan Rupert. I wouldn't mind Ryan Rupert just to go for upside if I'm the Jazz. But 27, who's 27? It's the Hornets. What is Michael Jordan going to do? What is Michael Jordan going to do? My guess is Nick Smith Jr. is going to go one pick before the Jazz. Man. Let's see here. Okay, Shams just tweeted. What is it? Dang it! I predicted it! Nick Smith Jr. at 27 to Charlotte. Man. Dang it. Oh, man. Okay, so Tony Jones is tweeting, the Jazz drafted Nick Smith to be a point guard. Okay, I got to send this over to my peeps. All right. All right, let's see. Yes, MJ did well. Hornets select Nick Smith Jr. He finally gets picked. Shout out to Nick Smith. He looks emotional. I like Nick Smith. He's got to be sad that he didn't go earlier, but he's going to the NBA. Man, he is emotional. Emotional Nick Smith. That guy is a bucket. I would compare Nick Smith to like possibly Jordan Clarkson. Kind of like a little bit of CJ McCollum in there. But anyways, that guy's great. Sorry, I got to pick the ear. It itches. Okay. Let's see here. Bryce Sensabaugh. Whoa! Wow. Bryce Sensabaugh to the Utah Jazz. That's kind of like an upside pick. He's big and he can score. So all 3 picks for the Jazz can score the ball. He's got to learn to pass the ball. Man. I'm down with Sensabaugh. I am too. He can absolutely shoot it. That's pretty nice. I mean, honestly, you know what? Go watch Bryce Sensabaugh film, and obviously they'll show you the good stuff. The guy can score the ball, and is very likely to score the ball in the NBA. Sensabaugh. Yeah, Sensabaugh at 28 is steal, guys. That is like, if you want to say a steal, that's a steal. He might not turn into anything at all. Like, that's a great pick. I'm down with it 100%. Like, the guy can score it. How many of us are going to go start watching Sensabaugh highlights? That was a sensible pick. A Sensabaugh pick. It was a Sensabaugh pick to go with. It was a sensible pick to go to Sensabaugh. That's the pun. That's the pun. I hope Jill liked it. That's why we subscribe. It's for the puns. Anyways. Okay, now I'm going to kind of see what they say about Sensabaugh. The guy could get buckets like crazy. Pick is in for Utah Jazz. Let's watch it. Pick is in. Pick is in. We bought into Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh pick. A sensible pick. Shout out to Nick Smith Jr. for getting into the league. The work these guys do is incredible. The work these guys do is amazing. Robert, this was a wild draft. It really was. Not a ton of trades. Like what, 3-4 trades, but kind of like there was the Dallas trade, there was the Washington and Indiana trade. But I don't know. No one wanted to trade with Aunt Danny Ainge. No one wanted to. We got a GM with a reputation, man. Whitmore at 20 was crazy. That's the story of the draft, really. Jet Howard at 11 was wild. That is, I mean, we'll see. Congrats. That's just not a good pick. I'm sorry. All right, pick is in for the Jazz with Adam Silver. We know what it is. 2003 NBA draft. The Utah Jazz select Bryce Sensabaugh. Ohio State Buckeye on the Utah Jazz. My wife's family's from Ohio. So I have rights to root for him with the Buckeyes, okay? Versatile scorer. The guy can just get buckets, though. I mean, he's kind of he's not a big passer. But the guy can score it. Can absolutely shoot it. Yep. So Sensabaugh absolutely can shoot it. He's got nice size. Oh. I'm happy with 28. Robert Hall 199. Thank you, my friend. No more fleece for Ainge. Nope. The fleece is over. But the Jazz come out with 3 guys that can score the ball. They went to break on the Jazz again. Although we do get to see an Indiana Jones ad. I'm excited for Indiana Jones. By the way, those old Indiana Jones movies hold up so well. I cannot wait, though, to watch this Jazz team this year. It's going to be so much fun. Oh my gosh. So Bryce Sensabaugh, how do we find minutes for all these guys? To be honest, Sensabaugh can play, guys. Sensabaugh can play. And he can play forward too. This Jazz team is filled with versatile players. And we got cap space. So the Jazz have cap space to like bring someone else in. This is going to be a wild season. Wow, pretty crazy. I don't know. I have to say, so I have a feeling the Jazz got 3 NBA players tonight. So Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George, Bryce Sensabaugh, 3 NBA players. All 3, I have a hard time not seeing be NBA players. So the Jazz came out of this really good. They have a core of Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, and Walker Kessler. They have now added to it Keontae George and Taylor Hendricks, and now Bryce Sensabaugh. The Jazz got really, really good players. But anyways, I just like this draft. I think the Jazz are going to be really fun next year. And they got 3 NBA players. Like, that's all you can ask for in this draft. That's all. I mean, honestly, did the Jazz get everything they wanted? No. I would have probably preferred Jarris Walker than Taylor Hendricks, but the Jazz didn't lose enough to get him. But Taylor Hendricks is really nice. Keontae George, I probably would have preferred Kobe Buffkin, but the stupid Timberwolves won too many games and we didn't get like the 12th. Cason Wallace, I would have loved, but the Jazz didn't trade up. And Jazz didn't want to trade one of their future picks, so Yeah, I'm excited about this Jazz team. And now guess what? You add to Larry Markin and Walker Kessler. This is a fun draft. And the Jazz want their pick to convey next year so that they get everything they want in 25 and 26. Utah is going to be a good team next year. We won't have a pick in 2024, but you are going to see this Jazz team start adding more talent and more talent and more talent. They'll be able to trade multiple guys for a star. Like, you can see this kind of becoming something. And these three guys now get a full year to develop with the Jazz. We don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Clarkson. We don't know what's going to happen with some of these other guys, but it's interesting to see what happens. All right, so we still got a draft going on. I'm just going to do first round tonight, guys. We'll see what happens. In fact, I don't know if they do more than the first round. Minnesota has traded to get number 33 from San Antonio. 2 second-round picks. Denver is selecting Julian Strother at 29. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about Strother. Yeah, 28. Sensabaugh 28 is crazy, guys. That's a crazy pick. Sensabaugh, DWCB draft rate, comparing him to Desmond Bane. Sensabaugh 6'8". He's big, you know? And that's one thing Tony Jones says is the Jazz are trying to be big. Now, Keontae George doesn't quite fit that. If Keontae George is playing at size for his position, he has to be the one. Tony Jones is saying they're drafting Keontae George to play point. So, yeah, Bane is pretty decent size, but he's not 6'8". Bane is like, 6'3", 6'4"? Bane is 6'8". He's big. Or not Bane. Sensabaugh is big. And he's an Ohio State Buckeye. And if you ever had a Buckeye candy from Ohio, they're really good. It's not related, but they're really good. Go get yourself a Buckeye one of these times. But anyways, yeah, this is a good Jazz team. I'm sorry, guys. If you're a Denver fan, by the way, I hate the Denver Nuggets more than anyone, so I don't care. Who cares what Denver is doing? I don't even care who they picked. Sucks. They traded for this pick, by the way. This is who the Nuggets traded for. And they go and pick somebody that I don't even know who they are. So maybe they're good. I don't know. Who was it? Screw the Nuggets. Julian Strother. Okay. Let's see. Julian Strother, 21, 6'7". All right, great. I hate the Nuggets. Let's see here. So, Kobe Brown at number 30. Man, a lot of players left on the board. Utah has no second round picks. I wonder if Utah trades for a second round pick. Man. All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun, but I think we might have to end it here. Really fun stuff for the Jazz. Kobe Brown, I don't know anything. I don't care. Okay, so draft deeper. I'll now also throw the Utah Jazz in with the Orlando and Indiana drafts. Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George, and Bryce Sensabaugh at 28. Regardless of medical concerns with Sensabaugh, if he is healthy, he has top 10 upside. Well done, Jazz. Sensabaugh at 28 is a steal. So I guess there are a few health concerns, but what a steal for the Jazz at 28. What a great draft. Cam Whitmore would have been interesting, but for whatever reason he dropped. Man. Yeah, what a pick. My gosh, that was kind of the pick of the night. And, Taylor Hendricks might be better than we think. Kind of felt like that was the pick for a long time, and it's what it ended up being. Look at this. So, On Kevin Pelton's rankings, they got number 4. These are Kevin Pelton. Number 4, number 10, and number 12. Wow. The Jazz might have gotten an absolute steal of a draft here. Kobe Brown, I don't know a lot about him. They select Kobe Brown. That's the end of the first round. All right, guys, if you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel. I love all of you guys. I appreciate everything. We had just such a fun night. Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, Bryce Sensabaugh. It's going to be a fun season. Make sure you follow the channel. Like and subscribe. All the things. It's going to be a fun year. I will